Hi, everybody. How are you today? I decided to have a guest party because I'm not sure what happened with Azel. I couldn't get a hold of him, so I'm gonna have a guest party today. How are you today, everyone? Is everyone all right? Yeah, a lot of these shows have were crazy. Like when Dustin, yeah. Oh, who's that anymore? Oh, hi, Jill. Hi, Jill. Join us. Yeah, a lot of these shows go crazy. Like crazy. With Dustin, all that stuff. That's all I'm saying. So, hi, Cecil. Hi. But yeah, it's all crazy. Like none of these shows go crazy. It's like to have, I guess, a surprise show today. I'm still gonna have a show tomorrow, but it's like to have one today because I couldn't get a hold of Aslo and stuff like that. He, he's a crazy little guy. I hope he's alright and stuff. But yeah, yeah. How's everyone? What you doing? It's all crazy, like it's all crazy. What? Joe Big John? Oh, that's sad. Joe Don Baker passed away. Oh, that's sad. But yeah, these shows really got on insane a lot. Like Lupin, he's a crazy nut. Oh, he's here. Cecil! Hi, Cecil!
Hola, homie baloney.
How are you today?
Well, I just bought Popeyes.
Popeye's chicken?
Mm, I got a
Is that?
chicken. No, I got a chicken sandwich, and I got mac and cheese,
Oh,
and I
that's
got
nice.
Cajun fries,
Nice.
and a mango lemonade slushy. Oh my god!
Oh, uh,
And
that's
my daughter took my mango slushy, and because we're at the park, and I was like, oh man, I shouldn't let her grab it, but I was like, oh, she'll be fine, and she spilled it everywhere.
wow. That's crazy. Uh, yeah. Have you ever heard this guy, Smokey Saint?
Huh?
Smokey Saint.
No, who's that?
Yeah. That that was crazy. What happened?
What happened?
Uh, back in it's a long story. It's all
It's a
crazy.
long story.
Yeah, TQOR got in a debate with him on here. It was
They love
crazy.
fighting, huh?
Yeah. What do you think of that
It
debate
does.
Dustin had with Daniel and Clay? That was
Yeah,
crazy.
I thought it's so funny. Clay with his wrist tattoo like a teenage girl.
He's crazy. Uh, do you think Daniel Newman looks like that guy? I forgot his name. The mass shooter guy.
I don't know. I don't know what that mass shooter guy looks like.
I forgot his name. He had glasses on. Do you think he looks like him?
I don't think so. My audio is bad. I'm gonna go out and then I'll come back in, okay?
Okay. Yeah, it was
Okay.
crazy. Yeah, I think Clay's part of the Illuminati. Yeah, There are. Let's see something here. See South, see Sin, see Sweet. What about this? What about that? What about this? Super Hulk. What about this guy? What is this? Oh, maybe this. Oh, job for Super Hulk. You know what they say? Don't be a sad Lupin. Be a happy Lupin. See? Lupin's a crazy little guy. Yeah, I forgot the name of that guy. That happened. I forgot his name. But oh, old Smokey. Hi. How are you today, little guy? Would you like to come on? All welcome. All welcome. Yeah, we'll watch some videos on here till someone comes on. We'll watch some Burger Pie. Burger Pie. He doesn't wear shorts, even in May, 'cause he talks to play.
Well, Brother Pike, he's a man of his word. Got his boots on tight, never looks absurd. But when it comes to summer heat and shorts, no way not to be. Why don't I?
What do I say? Oh, who is this? Came in.
Hello,
Oh, Midnight? Is that your name?
Midnight, Iron Man, Rocket Raccoon. I have many names. I have an identity crisis. It's so insane in my head.
Oh, how are you today, little guy?
Good. I know you call everyone little guy, but don't with me. I don't know.
Oh,
But yeah,
yeah. How you been all day?
I've been fine. Just chilling out. Uh, Dr. Spider, Smokey apparently got consent to come in. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. It's just funny. Oh,
Yeah, he could come in it too if he wants. But Midnight. Uh, did you see that one show last night with what's his name? The dude and
I
Wild Heart.
mean, actually, I wasn't watching the dude. I don't know. It,
Crazy I am.
I've had some interesting interactions with Wildheart this morning. That was definitely interesting. But no, I didn't see him go on the dude's channel or Praises I Am's channel. I don't
Uh,
know
what about Tim's
who.
channel? What about Tim? Do you know him?
No,
Tim, him with a Kim, a Chim, a Tim, Rubber Rim. Do you know him?
I
Tim, he's a crazy guy.
mean the only
Little
people I
guy.
know is Will Kincaid and Dave the News Unit.
That they use. Yeah, he was buddies with Lupin,
I
right?
believe so.
Yeah.
Tiny Coco.
Is it? I heard people Lupin blame news unit for porn bombing uh uh for porn bombing a crazy on him. Is
Wait,
that
what was
true?
that? Sorry, I was looking at the chat.
Claude. Hi, Claude.
Yes, hello. Then we have Dr. Spider, which is always a pleasure to see him around. Not really. Uh,
Uh, is he part of the Praise I
I don't
Hams?
know.
Are you?
No,
Oh,
hell no. I'm part. I'm part.
oh,
I'm part of Team Me.
Team me? I
No,
never heard of
Team
that team.
Me. Myself.
Oh, myself. Oh. What about Team Claude?
Maybe not.
Oh, oh. Uh, have you ever talked to Zeldston?
I have not. At least I don't think I remember for having.
Yeah, he's a crazy little guy too. He's a crazy little guy.
Yes. I mean, I'm assuming.
What? Oh, serious?
Really?
Oh, uh, yeah. Uh, what would you do if you saw this? What would you do?
Um, I feel like that's a trick question.
Would this be your face you make?
What the fuck? Who is that? Who is
Crazy
that?
guy.
Like,
That's Bird
god
Pike.
damn.
This is Lord Aiden. Wild Hearts' long lost
Yep.
love. See?
What the
Oh,
fuck?
yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. Oh, he's so funny. He says, "I want to marry her. She's so beautiful." He's funny,
Yep.
funny little guy.
Da, 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 do, 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 do.
But oh, did Wild Heart have a show?
What was that?
Uh, did Wild Heart have a show earlier?
Are you asking me if Wilder had a stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had one a couple hours ago.
Oh, what was it about?
I don't know. I stopped watching after a while. I guess he was talking about proof God exists and all that, and same crap, different day.
Oh. Uh, did he try to burn a Bible or something?
He actually did burn a Bible live on air
Why?
because you might have to ask him, but from the context I got, he hates religion, and
Wow.
it. I don't know what the hell to say with that. Like, it was the most insane thing I ever saw this morning. Like, good thing it didn't happen, but just it could have happened. Like, he could have unintentionally burned his apartment down and himself, and just it was extremely reckless. Okay, it was very fucking stupid of him to do that.
Wow, that was crazy.
Yes, and don't quote me on this, but I think he was drunk.
Hope he's not drunk.
Well, I mean, this morning, like there was a point where he got extremely red. Like, god damn.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh. Uh, hope he's all right.
I
That's
hope so
crazy.
too, but it, the man burned a book. Okay, I know it's the Bible, but I don't like any book burning. I don't give a crap what book it is.
Uh, uh, yeah, that's crazy. So, that one guy still coming on here, Smokey.
What was that?
Oh, you talked to that guy, Smokey, right?
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say we're friends, but I do talk to him.
Uh, have you ever talked to Praise I Am?
I mean, a few times. I haven't gone back over there in a while. Just I don't really feel a need to go back to go back there.
Uh, did you ever feel like this? What about this? Oh, this. Or maybe this. This is the gangster agent.
Wait, what was your question?
Oh, uh, yeah, that's crazy. Wow, all this drama with your mama. Well, what would you do if you won $1 billion?
What would I do if I won $1 billion? Okay. Well, first off, I would spend I would spend a significant amount of it helping others. There are a lot of people in my life that could use some help financially wise. Then of course, give a lot of it to others, to charities and all that, or help fund research in various things, cancer research, genetics research and all that. And I still have $500 million left. But yeah, if I had $1 billion, I'd be set for life.
Hi, Smokey.
We all know that you would blow it all on hookers and blow sparkle. Don't lie.
No, no, no. That is not me. Okay.
Oh, hi. How are you
Maybe
today?
maybe the first million.
Hey, Ghost, how you doing?
All right. How are you been?
Yeah, I'm all right, doing fine. Just chilling out here this afternoon. Got a little bit done for the day, and just taking a little break, kicking back. Figured I'd pop in for a few minutes.
Oh, thank you. Uh, uh, yeah. That these shows have been crazy lately and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Uh,
Been interesting since I got back.
guys. Uh. Sorry if I ask you about this. What happened? Uh. Uh. How long you knew the guy Crazy I Am?
Oh man, probably like 6 years now at this point. Like we kind of I started doing debate, and he was kind of part of the group with him, Standing for Truth, Nephilim Free, Nicholas Whitmire, CJ Cox, a whole bunch of kind of Christian debaters, John Maddox, Logical, Plausible, Probable. We did debates together, so we just kind of all part of the same debate community. And Praise and I had a Trinitarian war way back in the day, like 5 6 years ago, and then we had a war about like reprobates, and we had a war about free grace, and he's just stuck to free grace this whole time. He used to be on my side. He used to be a conditionalist like me, and then when I left, Standing for Truth came around and started straw manning my soteriology, and then he latched back onto free grace. So he's been on that kick for I don't know a few years now. But yeah, I've known Praise going on 5 6 years.
Have you ever met Tim?
Who?
Here's one guy. I think he's one save always save guy. Tim.
You gotta be more specific. I don't know a Tim.
Yeah. He's on. He has his own network called Making Heck Nervous.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's around here. Crazy guy. Kat, when did? How did you find out about my channel?
I think I was just scrolling through. I think you happened to be on my feed one day while I was just scrolling through content, and I saw you. I popped in. There was some sort of big giant dumpster fire that was happening at the time. Everyone was yelling at each other, but whatever. It was kind of cool. It seemed like an open room environment, so I subbed.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It always like that. Always.
No, I
it,
get it. I get it. No, I like the open room type stuff usually when I come across them, and it's like politics or religion, especially religion or something of the like. I'll usually sub or something to it and stick around. So
thank you. Guys, what? Oh. Yeah. Here. A lot of times I have. You ever? What do you think of Orthodox and Catholics?
who?
the Orthodox and Catholics?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm neither, but I mean, I lean Orthodox. I mean, I've flirted with the idea of being Orthodox. I just can't get past the Mariology and iconography and stuff. And there's kind of some confusion about, the ecumenical councils, after, 750 AD. That kind of things start to get a little bit sketchy. And it seems like there's political pressures on the, development of doctrine and dogma. So I get a little sketchy with it. I lean more Orthodox than I do Catholic, if that helps you, but I'm ultimately neither.
Oh, yeah. Brother Pike on here. He he likes to preach about stuff like predestination. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, sure, like Calvinistic fatalism, like that type of thing.
He says he's not Calvinist, but he believes in predestination.
Well, I like predestination. How, like, he'd have to like define that. I don't know really, because like that's a pretty broad term. Like just like ordained. Like ordained can mean a lot of things depending on who you're talking to. Predestination, predetermination. Like, does he mean predestination is the same as predetermination, or like I'm not sure like what soteriological model he's really using that term for, because it'll be different whether it's Calvinist, Molinist, Arminian, that type of stuff. So.
Uh, well, hi, Miss Outcast, and hi, Brother Pike.
Hi.
Howdy.
Hey, Audi.
How are you? This is that Smoky guy.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Doing
Oh,
good.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
I seen your debate with Matt Powell, Kent Hovel, and G-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I debated all of them. Yeah.
It was crazy. But yeah, it was all crazy. Like, have you ever been on been at Dinosaur Adventureland?
No, I did visit the Ark Park though. I did go to the Ark Park in Kentucky, but no, I actually never went to Dinosaur Adventureland.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy. You ever been to Ken Ham's Land?
Yeah, the Ark Park. Yeah, I went there back in, I don't even know, it was like 2022, something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. How are you guys
It was
today?
kind of neat. I took a full video tour of it, and their dioramas in there, like, I'll give them credit. Like, their artwork, like the sculptures and everything they had in the dioramas, really, really top notch. Like, really, really beautiful artwork they had in there. They really went over the top with it. It's actually really gorgeous.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I have a video tour of it. It's parsed up in a few videos I just haven't edited yet, but I will do that here at some point and upload it.
oh, that's nice. How are you, Miss Outcast and Birder Pike?
I'm good.
I'm
I'm
also
good.
good. Where's Azo?
I don't know. I couldn't get a hold of him.
Azo.
But
Oh, the book burner joins.
Hey, Wildheart.
you burn a book?
Good to see you.
Hi,
How's it going?
hi, Val. How
Hi,
are you?
Wildheart. Good
Hello.
to see you.
Yeah, you too.
How are you, Valhart?
Yeah, not too bad.
Oh, I made a video of you marrying Lady Aiden.
Oh, can I have a copy, please?
Yeah, and show what type of kids you had.
Oh, God. That's not good.
It's crazy, but
None
yeah,
of them are, none of them are Jimmy Fowler, by any chance.
yeah. It was, Smokey. Uh, how long you know Jill?
Oh, about the same time. I met Jill probably 5, 6 years ago.
Oh, what about Jamie Russell?
About the same 5-ish years. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Him and Miss Terry, I think, are getting married.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, congrats to him. That's really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going around.
yeah.
Lots of people are getting married.
Yeah, Miss Outcast is getting married,
Mm-hmm.
right, Miss Outcast?
I am.
Yeah, everyone's got that marriage fever going around. Yeah.
Brother Pike, he's already married. He had his fourth kid. Is that right, Brother
Yeah,
Pike?
we got 4 kids, yeah.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and
Time
Tammy had our 14th
3.
wedding anniversary back in April. We're old.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
yeah,
right. I'm
it's like crazy.
oldest.
Yeah, it's like crazy. Bert Pike he goes around the different churches preaching like about predestination and stuff like that, right, Bert Pike?
I preach about a lot of things. Really, very rarely do I talk about determinism. Very rarely.
Oh. Yeah, he does a lot of teachings on here and stuff.
Yeah, I've scrolled through a couple times. I saw him talking a few times. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, it was crazy. Here's a guy on here named Bruce. He loves to call Brother Pike a Calvinist.
Oh, Bruce.
I think generally people when they hear determinism, predetermination, things like that, they lean towards Calvinism because that tends to be the soteriological model that represents those things. And they'll say things like, I'm a 3-point Calvinist, I'm a 4-point Calvinist, I'm a 4.5-point Calvinist, stuff like that. But usually, typically, I find when people talk about predetermination, it's some sort of Calvinistic soteriology, even sometimes if they won't admit it. And I've had plenty of people that won't admit that they're Calvinists, and yet all their talking points are Calvinist.
Are you like that, Brother
I
Pike?
don't know. I mean, some people seem to think I am.
Well, how do you feel, Pike? How do you feel about like the tulip model? Like, do you agree with the tulip? Total
Um,
depravity,
I've had Bruce
undeserved.
explain it to me like 100 times because he's always really interested in trying to get me to like agree with it. And I'll be honest with you, I never can remember what those points are when Bruce is not around, but I think I agree with some of them.
Limited atonement, irresistible grace, perseverance of the saints.
Even that, I don't remember all the stuff that's
Yeah,
behind those
total
phrases.
depravity. I will agree with many of it, but like Jill has given me the tulip challenge once before, and oddly enough, I passed it. I'm not even a Calvinist; I'm a Molinist. But the points of Calvinism are kind of a little bit more pliable. Depending upon what frame of reference you're referring to, whether it's God's or ours. And I think that's why Jill was fine with me basically being a non-Calvinist Calvinist. So
Wait, what did you say you were? A
I'm a Molinist. Yeah,
Molinist? What's that? I've never
it's
heard of it.
Where you got a
Like
mole
I
over.
explained, basically,
it's
he believes that God is a mole. Sorry.
No, you know what, Wildheart,
Oh,
you're an idiot, and I don't need you to represent my position because you have no clue what the hell I'm talking about ever, even though I've explained it to you multiple times. So, you don't need to talk for me. It was a Jesuit created soteriological model, but it's not really soteriology as much as it is an all encompassing general philosophy that kind of reconciles the nature of our free will versus God's sovereignty. And it relies upon 3 different core types of knowledge: free knowledge, necessary knowledge, and middle knowledge.
Hi, Sandman.
Damn man,
Good.
what the?
What is going on in
What
here?
are you doing here?
Jeez,
I
I have
guess
no
they'll let
idea.
anybody in here these days.
I'm telling you.
Oh, Smokey, Sandman. He's a Orthodox. He's once saved, always saved
Well, that's
Orthodox.
interesting. Okay.
Why is it
He's
interesting? You never heard of one save, always save? It's just one of 39,000 denominations. No big deal.
Yeah, but to mix it with Orthodox, that seems to be relatively non-OSAS. I just find that a little surprising. I didn't know
Yeah.
that they had a soteriological model that allowed for that because they tend to be conditionalists. So I'm just surprised by that is all.
Yeah. They have all kinds of stuff, Orthodox. You got one save, always save. You
Is
have
there a specific branch of Orthodox that you adhere to? Like, does it have a name or?
a branch.
Yeah, Oriental Orthodox, Orthodox of the East, Syrian
Oh,
Church of the East,
Eastern,
anything like that.
Eastern Orthodox.
Oh, okay, all right.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw your video
Oh, did you?
earlier. Yeah, that was great. Who was that guy? It's a hard time hearing what he was saying.
Yeah, I don't know why the video turned out that way. Like the sound was low.
oh, so Molinism, God isn't omniscient, according to
Oh yeah, it
Mol.
is. No, it's not open theism. You're confusing it with open theism. No, God is absolutely omniscient in Molinism.
I've got a question for Smokey. Do you think that God is omniscient and omnipotent?
I'm not going to engage with you, Wildheart. I've done this too many times with you. Ask someone else.
Lord, ask me the question.
Oh, yeah. Is that Brother Park? By the way?
What
How
was the
you guys
question
doing?
again?
Do you believe that God is omniscient and omnipotent, all powerful and all knowing?
He's definitely all knowing, but I do think that during the current dispensation, his power is restricted.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, if God knows every decision he's going to make in the future,
I do
then
believe that he knows that. Yes,
he can't change his mind, so he can't be all powerful.
if that's the conclusion, I definitely believe he can't change his
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, that's right. He can change his mind, you say?
No, I think he can't change his mind.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we good. Cheers. Thank you.
So how you doing,
Wait, so-
Wildheart? Deviant? Pike?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm
Everything
kicking it
I'm
good?
old
good.
school.
You're kicking it old school.
I'm
Yeah.
swinging on the swing, just a swing.
I went to
Oh, you're in
It's
your
pretty happy.
happy
It's a good place.
place.
the park,
Mhm.
Christian, and
Okay.
I'm looking for swings,
Okay.
and I'm like, how come they don't have no adult swings? All they got is like these little kid
Yeah,
swings.
it's a scam.
It is. I'm like, I want to swing too, but no swing for the Sandman.
Don't
It
you
is a
have the
scam.
in some play areas in Sweden? They have these giant. They're almost like a net, like a big ring with a net that you lie in. It's made for kids, but you can get maybe 10 kids in there and 2 adults. Just lie down and swing on it.
Hmm. I remember parks used to have like adult swings.
Hmm. Yeah, they used to have that when I was a kid. It was a long time ago. I've been to a play park, but
I'm going to go to the city and complain. Say, hey, why? I'm a
you
big
should
kid too.
You gotta straighten them out.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's
say,
important to be able to swing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's discrimination against adults. Yeah. You're going to kids swings. You should have adult swings. Yeah.
yeah, what do you think, Smokey? Should they have? Oh, Smokey. Yeah, Sandman. He's Orthodox. So is this other guy, Daniel and Brad your Snake, and uh, have you ever been to an Orthodox church or a Catholic church?
Yeah, I've been inside. I mean, I visited.
Oh. Uh, Sandman. They say he's the patron saint of sand in the Orthodox church. Is that true, Sandman?
That's right.
See?
Officially.
It,
Officially, buddy.
yeah, he's been doing all kinds of shows about orthodoxy and stuff. Is that right, Sandman?
Yeah. Well, more videos than anything else.
Yeah, it's crazy. Smokey, where did you get your name from?
James 4:14, for what is your life? It is a vapor that appears for a little time and then passes away.
Oh.
What is Smokey's beliefs? Does he have any?
Nope, not at all.
All
Not
right.
even one.
That's all right.
No, I'm a Protestant Christian, but I do adhere to aspects of orthodoxy as long as it comports to Scripture.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh.
That's good.
Uh,
Well,
what do you, oh, go ahead, Sandman.
no. All right.
Oh, yeah, Jill was on the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well, Jill
Jill's a
was
good
on.
guy.
Jill came on, but he left real quick.
Why was there a woman on the panel or something?
Yeah, there were 2 women.
Yeah, that'll do it.
They'll do. Two women on the
Poor
back. Did
guy.
you hear that, deviant?
Hmm.
There's a woman here, and maybe that's why he's not coming on.
I
Yeah.
never knew I had such power.
Deviant, you got more power
Jill, if
than
Jill
anybody.
gets in a conversation with a woman, he'll tell you to go get your husband. He'll tell you that. I've seen him do it many times.
Speaking of swings, Brother Pike, he was on tire swing before. He was swinging high in the sky
Well,
like a
Mhm.
joy of a child.
that's where I got my inspiration from Christian. I'm like, you know what? That's a great idea. I'm going to go to the park, but no swings.
Oh, old Sam, man.
Mm.
Mm.
He's sad, man.
Now I'm sad, man.
If you get too sad and start to cry, then you would dissolve because that's what
Well,
happens with sand
exactly.
and water. No.
I'll just wither away, and that's it.
Old Sam, man. I did a video of Lady Aiden and Wildheart getting married.
Oh, they're getting married?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we've not said
No
that. But
kidding.
yeah, it's close. Yeah,
Wow.
she's a beautiful, beautiful woman. Yeah.
Are we invited?
Oh yeah, everyone's invited. Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
Awesome.
yeah.
Very nice.
Probably be a big, like a little church.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We should all do like a Zoom wedding, you know?
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I'll have to put it to Lady and see what she says.
We'd all participate.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
great
I,
one. Yeah,
I tried
I
to
nice.
get a
can do
hold.
the blessings.
I tried to get a hold of Azza. I couldn't get a hold of him.
Azo?
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. But he probably fell asleep and uh
Yeah, I was gonna say.
oversleep or something. He's a crazy little guy. But so I decided to do a surprise party show.
Mm.
Darling.
Well, Smokey, uh, what did you? Well, how was it debating guys like G-Man?
Like who?
G-Man.
Actually, I enjoyed the debate with G Man. I thought it was pretty great. I had kind of wanted to debate him for a while, and Will Kincaid had set it up to kind of debate that Christian vernacular and language, and whether or not Christians could curse or say certain words. And G Man, G Man really kind of crapped the bed a few times, but it was a fun debate. It was definitely interesting. I'll tell you that much.
Uh, I think he's still around.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he kind of mostly, I think, kind of debates the Hebrew Israelites and stuff. But yeah, he's still around.
Yeah,
Yeah, that whole drama stuff with him and Shani and Rev and all that. It was right around that time that I had that debate with him.
yeah. He always been a crazy guy. Uh, he always been a bit of a crazy guy. But
Yeah,
I,
he's a character.
yeah, I remember him. You ever heard of this other guy named Atheism is Unstoppable?
Not ringing a bell. No,
Devin Tracy.
no,
Maybe
it's not ringing a bell. Right?
maybe Wildheart knows him.
Yeah, he debated G-Man too.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
It was crazy.
Where did
But
Christian Pike go?
I have no idea. He disappeared. I think he was raptured.
Hmm.
Oh, Ash, what do you agree with? What do you agree with the Orthodox about?
Um, I mean, I'm good with Orthodox ecumenical councils until about 750 when they get the Council of Hyrera, which comes out and condemns iconography as satanic or idolatry. And then, of course, political pressures come into play and switch it back the other way. So a council comes back and basically eliminates and negates an entire another council that happened before it. And then it just seemed to kind of spiral out of control until you get to the 1050 mark where you have the great split over the Filioque. which kind of was just again with the kind of overreaching, I think, on some doctrines and some ideas. And then you have the integration of papal doctrine and ex cathedra and stuff that comes into the mix, and it just kind of all spirals to me. But I think each Christian is kind of responsible at their own level for analyzing their faith and self-reflecting to see if what they have is actually true or not. I don't think anyone should be shutting their brains off and letting any entity or person think for them or guide them without the assistance of Scripture.
That's interesting.
So I guess maybe I'm right. I'm not sola scriptura. I actually do think that's a heresy. But I am, I guess maybe you would say prima scriptura, as in the primacy of Scripture, but we still have to regard the work of the Holy Spirit and our brothers and sisters and predecessors.
Where did you get the idea that maybe that's what it is?
Well, just the idea that the Holy Spirit would have and had promised to work to guide people to all truth. And I don't believe he would abandon the church, but I don't necessarily believe the church is an edifice, a building, or any type of particular institution, but is the collection of saved believers across the world, regardless of denomination, which are on their own paths and their own locations in their pursuit of truth. No one knows where everyone is on the racetrack. Some are ahead, some are behind, some have lapped us, some are behind us a few laps. We don't really know where everyone else is, but looking for that aligning of the spirit, the essence of the desire to want to pursue truth and know what's true is kind of what tends to connect me to my brethren.
Okay. And deviant?
Say again?
I was asking
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
How's your new apartment? How's your man? You
My
happy?
man, I am. I'm so happy every single day when I wake up. You can't even imagine the difference.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's night and day.
I can
It's
imagine.
absolutely awesome. I mean, I do miss my old hometown, and there are of course thoughts about my elderly mom and it being more difficult to see her and my brother and my friends and all of that. But at the same time, every day when I wake up and every night when I go to sleep, I do it with a smile. And
Oh, that's good.
that's the
Great.
most important thing.
It is. It is. But are you really that far from your mom?
Yeah, I mean it's 1,000 kilometers.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, and to add to that, my mom and my dad are married and they live together, but I, because of what my dad has done, I don't have any contact with him, so I can only have contact with her when he goes away. And when I lived closer, that was much easier because then she could like call me and be like, yeah, he's out having dinner, and we could talk on the phone or something like that. I could go and visit her, and it would only take me like an hour from my place to her.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she can still call me, of course, but not like seeing her and so. But at the same time, I know she wants me to be happy, and I know she wants me to be with someone I love and who loves me, and she understands why I can't have contact with my dad. So it's
Okay.
bittersweet. It's bittersweet.
Well, yeah, it's life too. You
Yeah.
the.
Deviant.
Mhm.
Sorry to interrupt. I just the chat is acknowledging the fact that nobody knows how far 1,000 kilometers is.
Oh, let
Was
me.
600 miles.
Yeah, that sounds Miles.
I enjoyed it more when it was a mystery.
Yeah,
About 600, about maybe.
670 miles. Are you?
Oh, there you go.
Uh huh.
So that's about a 6.5, 7 hour ride if you did it
Uh, by car,
by car. Yeah.
I'm not.
That's further than
Yeah,
that.
I think
That's like
it's
9 hours.
more. I think it's more than. I'm gonna check.
Yeah,
I've
that's
only
probably more like
gone.
9 or 10 hours, really.
Well,
Yeah,
like from where I am to New York, for example,
yeah.
is about that much. Is about 7 hours. So and it's around 600, 650 some. Yeah. So it's
That means
around
you're
there.
driving fast as heck.
Yeah. So
Um, go ahead, Diva.
because I used to live. I'm originally from Stockholm, which is the capital of Sweden, and I lived just north of Stockholm before I moved up here. And the the infrastructure, the further north you come, you don't have like, uh, of course there are sufficient roads and that sort of stuff, but it does take longer time because you don't have these like wide, with multiple lanes, and you can go like 130 or 120 kilometers an hour. Uh, I've never gone here by car though, because I don't have a car. Uh, but I've gone here by train, and by train it's between t- around 13 to 14 hours by train.
Yeah, because they stop a lot. So
Yeah, exactly.
hmm, yeah, well, it's a nice ride by train.
Oh, it is. It's
Mm.
actually very, especially when you go like, um, first class, which sounds super fancy, but it costs like 2 cups of coffee more, and you get food and you get coffee and you have more,
Wow.
uh, space for your legs, and it's more quiet, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, I actually think it's quite cozy to go by train. I
Mm-hmm.
almost wish it were these, the old school trains, but I also know if it were, I would hate it. I would be like, these damn wooden seats.
Oh yeah, those wooden seats.
Yeah,
The ones that they don't want you to get a little too comfortable.
right.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
Sammy,
Mm-hmm.
in your church, do you have regular seats there?
They got a few benches for people to sit. If for the elderly. I know my parents sit down. They're 90, almost 90. Well, they're going to be 90 this year. So
Oh,
they do sit down. They stand up, but they do sit down. Yeah, but we don't have them everywhere. Just a few places.
Oh, oh, Smokey, what church do you go to?
I just have a non-denominational group that I attend.
Oh, uh, you ever heard of this guy named Lupin,
Um,
the
maybe.
Wolf? I think he was buddies with News Unit once.
Yeah, I mean, me and Dave go back quite a ways now at this point. I don't know. Lupin sounds familiar. Maybe at one point may have had an interaction with him.
Uh, he's also known as the Wolf. Then this is him. You
The
said
Oh yeah, no, I don't know this guy. That's a great screenshot, though. No, I don't know him.
No, they say don't be a sad Lupin, be a happy Lupin.
I don't recall him, but that's funny. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I don't remember him.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. I always do the Lupin song. Lupin, 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 dee, 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 it's a moonlight night. It was crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Lupin, I think he said he was friends with Newsian, and
Yeah, me and Dave know each other pretty well. I'll mention it to him later when I run into him if he remembers Lupin.
yeah, I think they might have had a fallen out. I'm not sure. But it
Yeah,
was,
it's possible.
yeah, it was crazy. Uh, how long you
You
knew?
gotta have a little bit of a thick skin to deal with Dave. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I think stuff. He's a bit of a crazy guy.
Yeah, no, Dave's good people. He really is. Like down in his heart, Dave's like a beautiful soul. But you know what? He's also got that fuse, and if you light that fuse, man, you better look out because you're gonna get it.
Yeah, I think videos clip of stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
he's a,
I have a clip I need to upload. It's my favorite of Dave's rants. It was from his old channel before it got taken down. I'm the only one that still has a copy of it, but he's sitting in his car and he's just ranting and raving like crazy, just throwing up a storm for like 15 minutes. It's just the funniest thing I ever saw. I need to get it uploaded.
Hmm. But
yeah.
let me ask you, Smokey, are you saved? You believe you're
I
saved?
believe I am.
Okay. Did you get any confirmation or something that tells you you're saved? How do you know you're
Like
saved?
like external confirmation, like what, through a church or something? Like what do you mean?
Like what tells you you're saved?
I affirm what the Bible teaches and what core orthodoxy taught. So I am confident that I followed the leading of the Holy Spirit to all truth to have at least confidence that I'm saved. I'm not one of those Cartesian, absolutists that sits here and says, I know for certain that I'm saved because I know that people can be deceived. And if you're not aware of whether or not you can be deceived, then you can desensitize yourself from analyzing yourself and know if you are deceived. So I don't believe in any soteriology that teaches some sort of Cartesian absolute confidence in one's salvation. I think it's dangerous.
Okay. But you know you're saved though.
I'm confident I'm saved. I mean,
Oh, so you're confident.
I don't make absolute knowledge claims, and I think anyone that is doing that is philosophically disingenuous.
Oh, okay, yeah, because we know quite a few people who believe that.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Absolute.
I don't think subjective agents are capable of making definitive Cartesian absolute knowledge claims. So I don't align with that. I just think that's usually someone trying to put on the emperor's new clothes. Trying to give themselves some fake comfort. As opposed to being critical and using their mind to actually analyze. I think a lot of doctrines out there these days can make people very complacent, and I think that's really dangerous.
Right, right. True.
Uh,
Cool.
hi, Justin.
How's it going, EG?
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. How you doing, EG?
Oh, now you went down to quiet again.
Son of a bitch. I'm gonna switch headphones.
That's crazy.
I heard Deviant's going to become Orthodox.
Oh, really?
Oh,
You have some intel I don't have.
that caught your attention. Yeah, I just wanted to
Deviant,
see.
Deviant, you better not be cheating on Odin.
Right. I forgot that. Dang, that there are
Yeah,
so many gods I have to please nowadays.
no, there's only one, Odin,
Oh, right.
the All Father.
But
Dustin,
what
what's
about the
happening?
Egyptian gods?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's
I thought I was a Catholic.
Catholic.
Mhm.
Catholic.
Valhalla.
Alcoholic.
Oh, and maybe Dustin's going to become Orthodox.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna become Orthodox, Sandman. I don't fit in
No.
that Orthodox box.
Well, that could be true. I mean, you know better.
Oh, there's no could be about it. I don't fit.
You don't fit.
I don't fit.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, if I don't know whose word you would take if it wasn't for mine.
Well, if I could take anyone's word, it's yours for sure. I mean, because you're straightforward. You're a straight arrow. When you say something, that's what it is.
Oh, I definitely mean what I say.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Sammy. Uh, did you still have that one video you had up where you did a live show?
Did you play the last one? Play the last one I just put up. Did you see that? The very last one.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. That guy, man,
Yeah.
he made so many mistakes just in the first part. He tells you, well, you can go and marry this, or that, and then he's like, well, but they're going sideways, and they're going
What
woke. The
is
video
that?
I made.
Sideways in what respect?
Yeah, well, you'd have to hear what he says on the video. That
Okay.
they're going woke or something, and their bishops are. But you just recommended that. You just said we can marry with them. You just said it. But now you're like, but I don't know. Well, you just said it. You said it's okay. Um,
Well, is it what this guy says or is it what God says? This is my problem with orthodoxy, right? Is that orthodoxy has its understanding in that it's not trying to understand what God says, but it's trying to understand what orthodoxy's understanding.
you wanna run it, Gangster?
So,
I'll explain it to you.
I
I'm,
will
I'm listening.
have to get to it up. I lost it. I'll be right to you.
Okay.
It was a very quiet video.
Yeah. You mean when he talks?
Where's
Yeah,
Azho?
I couldn't get a hold of him.
I was tired, maybe.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Oh, are you sure?
In my opinion, yeah. I thought we were supposed to be dogging on Kent today.
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't get a hold of him.
I know.
Yeah, it was crazy. Try to get a hold of him. I couldn't get a hold of him for some reason. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
he's
was
probably having a
crazy.
bad hair day. I wanna know what his secret is. The man's been through cancer, has more hair than I do. I'm trying to figure it out.
You need to stop shaving. That's the first trick.
If I stopped shaving, you could think I was a Sasquatch. Okay?
I knew it.
Okay? Like I have hair everywhere but the top of my fucking head. It's the most weird thing you ever seen.
But you would be cute. You could come here and be like a Swedish troll. I don't mean troll like internet troll. I mean like John Bauer troll.
If you're
Uh,
trying to
There.
say that I could go back to the motherland and become like a Viking, I mean, I've always thought
What?
about this.
Hmm.
Yeah, with my new fur coat, I think I might actually pull it off.
Yes.
I found the video.
Oh.
In a world of chaos,
Clarified, he said, I am Orthodox, she is Catholic, but she is not baptized in Orthodoxy. Will you marry us? I would, yeah.
Well, I would, yeah. So, there's so strictly speaking, in the Orthodox Church, the ones you could really marry are like traditional sacramental Protestants, like Anglicans, Episcopalians, Lutherans. But that list gets getting smaller because it depends. The Episcopals are all frolicking and
Oh, and
something.
the Anglicans are terrible too. They got like a
Yeah.
lesbian bishop over there in England.
The Holy Church Fathers were very clear in their teachings about Orthodox Christians marrying heretics and schismatics. Let's see what the early Church Fathers had to
Schismatic.
say. St. Basil the Great, 4th century, Canon 72, canonical letter to Amphilochius. It is not lawful for a Christian to marry a heretic or a schismatic. If such a marriage is contracted, it is invalid and St. Basil speaks very clearly.
Schismatics are not
Such
allowed.
unions are illicit, and the believer risks spiritual harm.
No.
He saw heresy not just as error, but as a dangerous infection to the soul. Second Council of Laodicea, 4th century. Canon 10. The members of the church must not marry heretics, nor give their children in marriage to them. This canon shows that the church universally forbade intermarriage with heretics, both for clergy and laity. Building 3. John Chrysostom. Though not always addressing marriage with heretics directly, he strongly warned about the spiritual dangers of mixed marriages, even among Christians of differing spiritual levels. In homily on 1 Corinthians 7, he says, "If you cannot convert your spouse, your soul is in danger. How can light live with darkness?" This echoes 2 Corinthians 6:14, which he frequently referenced. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Fourth Council in Trullo, Quinisex Council, 692 AD, Canon 72. An Orthodox man may not be joined in marriage to a heretical woman, nor an Orthodox woman to a heretical man. If any such marriages have been made, they shall be dissolved. This is a binding ecumenical canon in the Orthodox Church. It allows some economia, pastoral leniency, only when the non-Orthodox spouse agrees to convert. But if not, the marriage is not recognized. Building 5, Nicodemus the Hagiorite, 18th century. In the Pedalion, the Rudder, he writes, "The divine canons forbid marriages between Orthodox Christians and heretics. Such marriages, even if civilly recognized, are spiritually harmful and unacceptable to the church."
But yeah, basically the list of Orthodox and heterodox churches that you could marry are growing smaller. But I would, at least for now, accept Catholics.
Run, baby, run.
So, what happens if, let's say, a couple is married and one of them, they're both Christians, but one of them converts to Orthodoxy, and the other one stays in whatever denomination they already were, let's say Catholic.
Yes, yes.
Would that break up the marriage?
Nope, nope. Because it's already been done. So nobody wants
Oh, okay.
to break up. So, whoever's going towards, let's say, orthodoxy, will continue to follow whatever they follow. The person who's Catholic would probably do what they do in the hopes that they both come to the right path, but not to break up. No.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
leave
No,
because of that. No.
it was that the marriage wouldn't be recognized. That was the part that made me think if that also was. But okay, I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh. What if someone's wife converted out of Orthodoxy.
If you're out, you convert
Like
out
so,
of it.
yeah,
So you're Orthodox and you move out. You go somewhere else. You become Catholic or something.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. You could do that. Free will, right? Do what you want.
I mean, you're married and your wife decide to leave Orthodox and become Catholic.
Yeah. So according to the church, yeah, you're marrying into heresy. That's all. According to the Orthodox. Of course, if you ask a Catholic that, they're gonna say, "Well, you're coming to the true church." Depends who you ask. But
Hi, Joe.
you know you're
Oh,
Catholic,
yeah. Oh,
gangster.
what do you say?
Gangster's Catholic.
Oh, oh. Hi,
I.
Joe.
What's up, Jill? I
Hi,
saw
Joe.
I saw Gangster at a Catholic church.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was muted there.
Okay, 10 on 10.
How are you, Joe? Your friend Smokey was here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Who
And
did
then,
he smoke?
well, he said as soon as we start talking about you, he got all upset and took off. Just
Oh.
just a just a word, Jill, just with the J that he was about to say. J, do you know J? And poof, took off.
Oh yeah.
No, just kidding. No, he was here, but he took off suddenly. Got raptured.
Oh. Yeah.
That is what usually happens, actually.
Bar Pike's here.
Brother Pat, how you doing, Brother Pat? Nice
I'm
haircut, bro.
I'm relaxing. How are you?
I'm 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 fantastic. Thanks
I'm
for
in my
asking.
big old comfy leather chair, which is very nice.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Jill's here, Brother Pike.
Greetings.
He believes in predestination too,
I've heard there are other people who share that conviction.
right,
Yes.
Jill? Uh, yeah. Jill, would you ever like to debate this guy named Bruce? He's hardcore against Calvinism. Would you ever debate him? You
Who
there,
you
Jill?
asking? Jill? Oh
Jill.
no.
Yeah.
I
Would you
just
debate him, Jill? He disappeared.
Guess that answers that question.
He's back.
Are you there, Jill?
Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Uh,
What's up?
would you would you ever debate this guy named Bruce? He's a
Who?
hardcore against Calvinism.
Oh god. Is he a Christian?
Yeah.
Oh well then he believes in the 5 points of Tulip.
What
Would you
makes
ever
a
debate?
Christian?
Oh
Hmm.
my god.
I'll debate anyone.
What makes a Christian, Joe?
And all Christians believe in predestination, by the way.
So if I believe in predestination, I'm saved?
Well, I'll say those Christians who are well studied, well read, as far as the scriptures is concerned.
So salvation is based on your knowledge of the scriptures?
No, never said that. No. But that's the doctrine of Christianity, whether you are aware of it or not.
What's the doctrine? I'm sorry.
Predestination. It's a teaching in Scripture.
It's a teaching in scripture?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't ran into it yet.
Oh, you
Well, I
haven't.
mean, I have to still read though. I have to still read, so
Are you a Christian?
not according to what you said. No.
Have you read the Bible?
I'm still reading it.
Oh, okay. So you must not have gotten through. Are you starting in Genesis and working your way through? Or?
No. As a Christian, you can start in the New Testament. The Old Testament is a good reference point. You don't need to worry about the Old Testament. again, you can go and reference the Old Testament. You know, in other words, when Jesus was on the cross and he said, you know, Abba, Abba, why have you forsaken me? That's actually a quote coming from the Psalms. He's fulfilling a prophecy.
Oh, sure.
So we can reference the Old Testament in little things like this to prove certain points. But I mean, if I haven't read the Old Testament and I only read the New Testament and I die, am I saved?
No, your
And you,
salvation has nothing to do with what you know. But
oh,
but when we say Christian, we're talking about the doctrine that is expressed in
okay.
Scripture. Whether you understand it or come to the knowledge of it, hopefully someone teaches you. That's why we should be discipling each other.
Well, yeah, I totally agree. I mean, that's why Christian is here and you're here and Deviant is here and Dustin is here and everybody.
Right. Right. But you
But
can be one of his and have never been taught.
Hey, Clay has a point in the chat that is very true. If you have not read Angel Below by Christian Pike, you're not a Christian.
that could be true.
If
That could
you
be the missing
don't
link.
have if you don't have an angel below signed and dedicated to you by Christian Pike in your bookcase right now, you are
It's a
Oh,
not.
small flock. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a narrow way.
yeah.
hmm.
I mean, you might not be a Christian, but you're definitely saved, or you might be a Christian, but you're definitely not saved.
I
The
think I agree with
details
all of
are
that, even the
yeah.
contradictory parts. Yeah.
Hmm.
By the way, Ephesians 1 is where the doctrine of predestination is taught. It's explicitly taught in Ephesians 1
It's not
that we
69
are
bucks.
predestined, us, the Greek word, to be
Predestined.
adopted as his son through
Hmm.
Christ, okay,
So
according to his will.
would you say that God is all knowing, right?
Of course.
And because he knows and he already has either your name in the book of life or not, does that mean he predestined you or he just knows what you're going to choose and where you end up? Is that the same thing?
Well, the word is not he knows. The word is it didn't say that he knows who's going to be adopted. It says that he predestined. So, I mean, words have meaning. So I know if he wanted to say that he knows who will be adopted eventually, then I think Paul was. I don't think he was linguistically challenged. I may be, but not the Apostle Paul.
Hold on a second. Let me try to pull that up. Ephesians, you say?
Right. Ephesians 1.
Ephesians 1.
Anybody trying to like DoorDash me a cappuccino or anything?
Hey, I can use a coffee right now.
Just checking. Just putting it out there. You know, the Bible says to give double honor to those who labor in the work of the Lord. And that can materialize in the form of cappuccino.
Could it be a loaf of bread or
It could be if it's sourdough.
if it's sourdough? Do you get that from Costco, the sourdough one?
Costco. Let's
Yeah,
go.
you can buy like the 2-pack.
We can walk to the local farmer's market because I moved to downtown. I told you this. I like Costco.
Costco.
I want to buy 160 hot dogs at once. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. If you're having a big party with lots of kids,
I do have lots of kids. That's true.
think about that. I mean, you're going to have those parties when you get the house built.
Everybody in the chat does this every time. They're like, "Oh, it's $60 on Amazon." Y'all are the reason people are going to be lost.
Uh, uh, Joe,
Ephesians 1, any particular one what verse?
Oh, it's verse 5.
The
The
first 5 of
predestined.
them?
Yes.
He's literally
Yeah,
purposing the way.
predetermined. It says it right there. It's explicitly taught in Scripture. So when you talk about the tulip challenge, that's exactly what I mean. All
Mm.
Christians believe this. They have to. Now that you see it, you have to believe it also.
I have to believe it also.
Got him.
Yeah, you'll be judged
Got him.
And
for ignoring
have you
text.
looked at the word that is translated to predestined from the Greek? Does it work
Yes,
out?
means to mark
And
out beforehand,
to
literally.
mark up beforehand?
Freaking Daniel. What the?
Yeah,
What are
foreordained,
we doing? What are we talking
predetermined.
about?
Hold on a second.
Trying to make a living, son.
I'm trying to
Ah,
highlight this. I want to highlight this. Daniel, how are you, bro?
Daniel's driving me a cappuccino right now. He's almost here.
yeah, I'm working on getting a cappuccino over to Christian Pike.
Appreciate that. The Lord appreciates that.
Nice.
Doing the Lord's work right now, getting some cappuccinos.
Hi, Daniel.
I can
Hey,
use.
hey.
Hmm.
So what are we talking about in here?
And how's it going?
I think they're talking about predestination.
And
I
I
think
didn't know Paul was.
we're predestined, man.
Predestination.
We're
Aren't people
predestined.
always
Well,
talking about predestination, Daniel?
technically, we are predestined. That is in the Bible, but it doesn't mean that God created us to like go to heaven or hell. It's just that He knows everything. He obviously knows everything. So He knew everything from before you were born. But that doesn't
Right.
mean that He makes the choices for you. That would
Yeah,
be
that's what I
absurd.
said.
We're
That's
made in God's image. We're given free will.
yeah, that's what I said.
So it's
Well,
our
but that's
choice.
not what the text says. So I mean, we know what we want to say, but what does the text say? It doesn't say He knows us for adoption. It says He
It says
predestined.
foreknows. It says foreknows right in the Bible.
Ephesians
Ephesians 1.
1:5 says He predestined. It doesn't say He knows or foreknows. And by the way,
It
foreknow doesn't
does.
mean. By the way, foreknow doesn't mean that He knows beforehand. By the way, but that's not in this text. This text says that He predestined us for adoption.
So
Foreknow does actually mean beforehand. That's what for in the
Okay, well,
foreknow
that's not in
means.
this text, however. So you might be talking
Well,
about
what
new
version are
text.
you using of the Bible? You just have a bad translation. That's all.
No, I have Ephesians 1:5. The word no knowledge is not there.
Yeah, but I meant the translation.
It doesn't
The
matter.
translation you're using.
It's
Well, it
in the
does matter
Greek.
because in a lot of translations it says
In the Greek,
foreknew.
sir, it's predestined in the Greek. So it doesn't matter what translation you have.
Well, it's literally not going to be that because there's no Greek word that says predestined, but we can
Yeah,
translate a word to
I,
predestined.
I don't speak
mm,
Greek, but I can look it up for you if you like, and
Yeah, yeah, look it
get
up.
someone to pronounce it for you. But I don't
Yeah,
well,
speak Greek. But the word
that means
means
I'm not saved then to answer your question.
predetermine. It means to predetermine. I mean, there's no way around it. All Christians believe in predestination.
so yeah, you went from predestination to predetermined, which is quite a
Predetermined.
leap.
Well, that's what the word predestined means. It means to predetermine. You can call it something else. Maybe that sounds better to you and sort of a euphemism. So, but
Yeah, so
predetermined,
foreknowledge
yes.
means that you know
Predetermined
everything.
before. Determined before it
Right.
happened. Marked out beforehand. That's what the word
Not
literally
determined. Destiny. Destiny is where you end up in life. So he
to
knows where you will
I'm
end
reading
up.
the definition in Strong's. Okay. To foreordain, predetermine, mark out beforehand. That's the literal definition. I mean, you can redefine the word
That's
to
that's the
placate your doctrine, perhaps, but that's what the
yeah.
definition of the word is.
So you're looking up the definition of a translated definition.
Okay. So
So do you
now
see
we
the
can't
problem
trust
here?
the Greek translations, the parallels, the
Well, what
commentaries. We
you
can't
can
trust
trust
any
is
of
the
that.
apostolic
But
tradition.
we can trust the church fathers that we can trust the church
Yeah,
fathers that my church points me to, however.
Hmm.
yeah.
Well, that means
It's
I'm not saved. I'm
so
not
so
saved.
when we translate the Greek word into predestined, it was always understood as foreknowledge. But Calvinists look at that word and they're like, well, that means that God basically created you this way and he makes the choices for you. But we don't
You
believe
look
that
at the
because we believe in
definition.
free will. And that's also in the Bible.
Well,
So either the Bible
we
contradicts or you're misunderstanding.
we look at the definition of the word. That's what we just did. And you're trying to give me some philosophy that's not corresponding to the text. Foreordain, predetermined, mark out beforehand. That's what the word literally means. So why should I define it as something else?
Because if you find other Bible
Because
translations that say
there
foreknowledge, why
shouldn't have
don't you
even
accept
been a
that?
because. There shouldn't have been a because your church told you to. Well, that's why I'm not a part of your church, because
Yeah,
I
but
like
I
to
don't think
read
you
things and
heard what I
understand what the
said.
author's intention was, not just interpret it based on how my church wants me to.
Right, but I'm trying to make a point, and I hope you can hear me, that like it wasn't written in English, it was written in Greek, and people translate the words differently. So if you went to a translation that doesn't say predestined, why don't you accept that one? Why do
Show
you
me
only
one.
accept the one
Show
that
me
says
one.
predestined?
Show me one. There isn't one.
I can't do it while driving, but
Okay.
yeah, you
All right.
could look this up and see that
Yeah.
there's other
Sure. No, there
translations
isn't.
out there.
No, there isn't. I'm sorry.
But then there's all
Word,
the other
word.
stuff
There's a
that
different word for
So
knowledge.
there's no other
For
translations of the
knowledge.
Bible. Is that your claim? Because
I'm
that's a
saying that
silly
there's a
claim.
different word that for knowledge. You're trying to make this word into foreknowledge when it's not.
Clay's
It's
making an excellent point in
foreordained,
the
not
chat.
foreknowledge.
If most
Foreordained.
debaters had read Angel Below, this would have been resolved by now.
Romans 8, for instance, has foreknow. He foreknew. For those who he foreknew, he also predestined. Paul. Paul is very consistent. That's
Yeah.
where
So
foreknew is found. Not in this.
foreknowledge,
Here he just says foreknew.
foreknowledge is the sense that we are supposed to understand predestined, and that's why he says it there.
Okay.
So I'm glad you
If
mentioned
you
where he
say
does
so.
use the word foreknowledge.
If you say so.
well,
Well,
You
thank
got
you.
a problem here in Ephesians
It's
1
not
5.
really up to me. It's up to the church. But yeah, that's what the
Yeah,
church
I
fathers
know.
say.
Exactly. But you want to ignore this passage here and try to make this mean something it doesn't.
Well, of course, I'm going to trust the people that were closer to Jesus Christ than somebody that came out in the 19th century and just like came up with a brand new
Paul was very
doctrine.
close.
Obviously,
Yeah. Paul was very close to Jesus Christ. I trust
yeah,
Paul.
but Paul never believed that people were created to go to heaven or hell. That's double
What?
predestination.
Whoa, what?
Double,
Predestination. He okay, well, let's read what
yeah,
Paul
double
believes about
predestination.
predestination. Let's read what he reads, what he says about predestination. He doesn't talk about the predestination of those who are not adopted. He just talks about the ones who are. Okay, and the antithesis, of course, is those who are not adopted or not given this destiny, or they're not predestined. That's the logical conclusion. But he only speaks about the elect because he's writing to the church of Ephesus. So why would he be talking about the prophets of Baal? He predestined us for adoption to himself as sons through Jesus Christ, according to the purpose of his will. So that's what Paul is saying. Why are we trying to extend it
Paul,
now
but
to
Paul is all
something somebody taught in the 14th century, perhaps?
yeah, because Paul was talking to
No, not 14th
believers
century.
at the time,
Paul, what?
those already in Christ. When Paul said that, he was talking to the believers
True. Yes, exactly. He
who
It
were
says,
predestined us. He's
I know
explaining
where
to
you're
the
going to end
believer
up.
how the believer is saved. He predestined us for adoption. That's how
no.
you're
Yeah, but you
saved
need
if you're a believer.
to accept. You need to accept Christ. So there's synergy involved. And if there wasn't, you'd have to get rid of most of the Bible that talks about all are called to be saved and how there's choices and how people fall away. Like if you get rid of choice from the Bible, it kind of guts it. And it also
Well, it
like
says here that
really
he
would make God
predestined.
kind of cruel.
Okay. Well, Paul says here that he predestined us.
Right,
So
Well,
those who
this
are
say
is why
that's
we don't take
cruel if you
one verse and try to
say
make a
that's cruel
doctrine
if
out
you'd
of it.
like to. So
yeah.
you could say that's cruel if you'd like to, but I'm only saying what Paul is saying. That
Again,
the
Yeah,
reason why I'm
that
saved is because he
believers are
predestined
predestined
us
to
for
yeah,
adoption. That's all I'm saying.
right.
Now, if you want to try to extend that to some sort of implication you imagined in your
no,
imagination, your
because
wild
That's
imagination,
essentially
because
what you're
fine.
doing,
But
though. You're
for
trying to do that
hypothetical,
for Calvinism.
you created a hypothetical. All I'm saying is he predestined us for adoption. No Christian can argue against that.
Well, okay, so I would agree with what you just said, but unfortunately, you're a Calvinist who took that word and then you created a complete doctrine out of it.
I
So I
didn't.
would
I
not
looked up
agree
the
with what
word
you did
and
to
I
it. I
I
didn't
looked
agree
up the
with how
word.
you
I
treat the
didn't do
verse
that.
and
You did that.
and
I looked up
interpret
the
it.
word and said he foreordained, he predetermined, he marked out beforehand. I looked the definition of the word up. You didn't. You relied on your church father.
Hmm.
Well,
I didn't. I did.
I already know what predestination means, but you also have to consider that
Yeah.
predestination is an English word that has a lot of connotative meaning that has been
Right.
added over time.
Okay. Okay.
So now,
You can
Jill,
trust that narrative, but I'm
if
not.
I don't if I don't believe in that now, am I saved or am I doomed?
Well, you might be in rebellion. I can't.
And if I'm
I
in
can't mark
rebellion,
out. God marked out beforehand. I didn't, so I don't have the list. Okay.
no, I hear you. But what
I,
about you?
I don't
Are
have the
you
list. God did that.
are you saved?
Of course.
The list is published in Angel Below in the 3rd chapter.
How do you know that you're predetermined to be saved?
Well, the Bible also says that His Spirit testifies to our spirit that we are saved. That's Romans 8:15.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
so
how about the rest of the
Paul's very
Bible? That
clear to the believer about their salvation. Then John comes later and talks about how we can be assured of our salvation, of our position in Christ. We can have confidence in. So
and what about
the
all the other
apostles are very
passages?
clear about that.
What
What's
about all
that?
the other passages? What about all the other passages that says you can fall out of salvation? Out of what about all those passages? What do you do with those?
I haven't. Well, the
Like
Bible
No.
apostasy.
does say that those who left us, they were never of us, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
left us. Yeah, Paul.
Oh,
Yeah, when
But
okay.
you
isn't the grace supposed to be irresistible?
Acts of the apostles.
The
Well, we don't
irresistible
believe that
grace of the tulip.
Oh,
it is.
Are you a
no.
We don't
are
believe
you a full tulip believer? Like you believe in all of the tulip?
it is irresistible for those who it's intended to. Um,
But you
those.
don't know if you're that person. So like Dumas
What do you
probably
mean I don't
also
know?
really
I just said Romans 8 says that the Spirit testifies to our spirits. What do you mean I don't know?
right. And I'm sure that Dumas thought that his spirit testified that he was saved too, but he still fell away.
Who? I don't know who he is.
Dumas.
Who's that?
That's the guy who fell away. He said if he was one of us, he wouldn't have. Dumas loved the
How do
world.
you know?
He
How do
fell
you
away
know?
from us for he loved the world.
Well, how do you know that his spirit God's spirit testified to his? Only he would know that. How would you know?
So basically, anybody who claims that they're saved, like you are right now, is in the same boat. Like you think you're saved, but
So
you
you,
don't know if you're
so
predestined.
you, so you wouldn't know what him and his and God's relationship. See, the Bible says that God knows the heart of the man. So you can't look on the outside in and try to judge someone whether or not they're saved or not. You don't have that authority. Neither does your church.
Yeah, but
Right.
how do
So
you?
if you judge yourself to say that you are saved,
And they never
you
did.
don't know that you're not deceiving yourself.
Again, the spirit testifies to our spirit. So I'm not going to convince you of that because it's
But
the Holy Spirit
what if it was the devil that
testifying
convinced
to
you
my
instead?
spirit. It's the Holy Spirit. Okay, be careful because you're teetering on the line of blaspheming the Holy Spirit. Okay, I said the Spirit of God testifies to my spirit that I am one of His. That's what
Yeah, but
Romans 8
if
15
you
says.
end up falling away like many do that say the exact same words that you're saying, then you're the
Uh,
one who's actually grieving the Holy
I,
Spirit because
then
you
I
claim that the Holy
then
Spirit told
okay.
you that.
And if I die in my sins, then you can conclude. If I die cursing God, then you can conclude that I deceived myself on May the
Correct.
15th, 2025. Right now, you cannot. Okay,
Right.
you can
So
only
that's my
speculate.
my
So
entire
why are you
point.
speculate? Why are you spending the time, wasting our time, speculating on whether or not someone is saved or not? Only God knows who is saved. Okay, your church doesn't know. You
But
may
you
know if you're saved because the Spirit is testifying to you personally, to your spirit, not
that's
to everyone else.
contradictory, bro. If nobody
That's why
knows
we
except for
have
God,
baptism. That's why we have these things, these ceremonial things, so we can let people know that we are saved. So all of those things are just a reflection of an inward reality that we do those things. We do the baptism, we do the weddings. You should already love your wife. You should already be interested in her before you go to the wedding. The
Now,
wedding is just
am I
before.
remembering correctly? Is Calvinist also sola fide?
In fact, you got to have a marriage license. You have to already technically, you have to already legally be married before the ceremony,
Is
right?
Calvinism sola fide? Is
Sola
it faith
fide.
alone? Faith alone. It's just a Latin word.
I would think, so, yeah, I would think that is a part of the Reformation. Thank
Okay.
God for Reformation. So yeah,
So the idea of your salvation is believing on Jesus, but not doing his works, but not doing the things he told you to do.
we are doing the things he told us to do.
Is that necessary for your salvation?
We are doing the things that he told us to.
I know. I'm asking you, do you think that's necessary for your salvation or not?
Of course, those who are
Okay, you do.
saved do what the Lord tells them, not perfectly, not in perfection. But yeah,
Correct.
we
Yeah.
follow. We are followers of Christ. We're no longer slaves of sin, but
So
we're
you're
slaves
not faith
of God
alone then. So you also include
and not
like
faith
works.
alone. Well,
Yeah.
maybe you just have a different definition. No, I'm not including works for salvation. Works salvation has already been accomplished, but works are a result of salvation. So you go to the wedding as a result of the marriage license. You don't go to the wedding first and
So
then
you're
now you have the right to get married. That's not how it works, even in our jurisprudence.
so when you say saved, do you mean like saved right now, presently from sin? You don't mean like saved from hell, right? Because
Salvation,
obviously
yes,
you haven't died yet.
you are saved from God's wrath, okay, which is to come,
You're
which He's
saved
going
from
to
God's
pour out on
wrath.
the earth. Yes, yes, you are saved from God's wrath, basically.
What do you think God's wrath is? Does God have wrath?
Does God have? Are you a universalist?
No. No, I'm asking you a question about God's wrath.
Or okay, you're asking me. What's your question?
So what
What
does it
is
mean to be saved from God's wrath? Yeah.
God's wrath? Is just a judgment on sin, upon sin.
So is that you talking about like at the end of your life, or are you talking about that right now?
Well, right now we're reconciled to God. Yeah, right now we are positionally.
And so you're saved from God's wrath. So what does that mean? That means that how are you saved from his wrath? Like what does that do to you? Like what are you given? Or like can you explain the mechanism?
Can I jump in?
Well, it's if you're talking about the atonement of Christ, I believe in the
So
substitutionary atonement that He
all
bore the
right.
wrath
I
of
don't
sin.
think you might be catching what I'm trying to fish for, but I would say the grace of God is what protects you, right?
Right. His no, His atonement is what protects us.
Yes, but his
That's
atonement is part of his grace, right? That's all part of grace. Grace is like a free gift. It's something we're
yeah.
unworthy of that God gives us out of love.
I just squeeze
Right.
in.
The believer. Yeah. The believing ones.
So grace will protect you from wrath, from God's wrath,
That's right. Yeah. Through
because you're
faith
in
in
Christ.
Christ. Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not always trying to get gotcha questions or anything. I'm just trying to see where you are. Christian, you wanted to jump in. I'm sorry, I was interrupting you.
No, you're fine. Real briefly, I want to do some experiment real quick. It'll be very short. Daniel, do you think we should like lie and cheat and steal and sleep around?
No.
Jill, same question.
No, of course not.
Okay, so we're not really that far apart. We all believe that God is holy and His people should be holy.
Yeah, and if predestination is like kind of like we don't know who's predestined anyway. I don't know how much of it actually changes our Christian path. That's what
That's
I'm
the
trying to
point
get
I'm
down to.
making is
Yeah.
having
Okay, we're
understanding
at
will
the
make
same
one way
point.
or the other.
I'm
Does
still
not
trying to
affect
figure
your
out why.
day-to-day experience very much.
It's like, what
I'm
does it
still trying
add
to
to your
figure out.
Christian faith to say that God already predetermined everything? Like, because you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know what He predetermines.
Well, the reason I did that, the
Well,
reason I
what did Paul
mentioned that
say
is
was
because I'm a
predetermined?
very,
He
very
didn't say
deterministic
everything.
person. Hold on, real quick, Jill. Hold on. I'm a very, very deterministic person. Anybody here who's ever engaged with me seriously knows that. So I probably make John Calvin look like an Armenian with my level of determinism. But the truth is, in like practical, everyday Christianity, it doesn't play very much of a role. It just doesn't. It does play a role in how I
Yeah.
theologically understand things. But as far as what I do and the
Yeah,
decisions I
like
make every
the
day,
nature of God.
it's just part of my practical Christianity. It's not.
Here, let me read what Paul actually said, because it seems as though you're taking what Paul said and trying to make it something else just to discount what Paul is saying. He says he predestined us for adoption, not he predestined you for the the color shades you would wear tomorrow. You would choose to wear tomorrow. So yeah, you do have the freedom to choose. And actually,
Yeah,
John
and it was,
Calvin taught you have the freedom to choose.
and we would
So
say
I'm
it's
not sure
always been
where
part
this
of.
idea comes from that Calvinism somehow this is against what the scripture says. It lines up exactly with what scripture says.
So we say in the
You're
Orthodox
just not
Church
ashamed
that
to say
God
it.
always had a divine plan for us. Like God always wanted to commune with His creation. Like we were always meant to be the temple of God. We were supposed to be vessels of the Holy Spirit. Like we were always made in the likeness of God. Like this was always part of the plan. And like I think that's more what Paul is trying to get at is like this has always been part of it, guys. God's always loved us, and He actually already had this set in motion before any of us ever existed for us to be part of Him. That's what I
Amen.
get out of it. Yeah,
Amen. That's what Paul is teaching. He predestined us for adoption
yeah, and I agree with
to
that.
sonship, to
I don't
himself.
I don't think it gives like a huge win to Calvinism. It doesn't kind of go against it or for it,
That's what
but
that's what John Calvin taught. So how is that not what giving a win to Calvinism? That's what John
because
Calvin
it's from
taught.
the
Have you read
Bible.
John?
Everything in
Have
the
you read
Bible is
John?
true.
Have you read John Calvin or any of his writings?
Some of it, not all of it.
Okay, so you really don't
I
even
read.
know what he
Yeah,
teaches. So
I
you're
know.
basically
Oh,
getting your idea of
well,
John
I
Calvin
wouldn't.
from
I wouldn't
your
say I wouldn't
church
know
people.
anything that he teaches. Like that would be like saying like, have I read everything that every Orthodox saint or church father has said? And it's obviously no, because there's too much. John Calvin was pretty. Didn't he write a lot?
He did. He wrote commentaries on the whole
Man, that one
Bible.
book you wrote is long as all get
Yeah.
up.
So he wrote a lot of stuff. Just to say that I haven't read every single thing that he's wrote, you shouldn't discount my understanding of Tulip just because of that.
Okay. Okay. All right. So John Calvin
Just
did
being
teach
honest.
what you call free will. I don't call it free will because it's really not free will. Only God has free will. You have the freedom to choose
But that's what we
according to
mean by it,
the
like a
purpose of this.
response. Like
Only God has
and I'm
free
sorry to interrupt you, but it's just that philosophically, like people need to understand what free will really means. Like, does free will mean that if I want to fly, I can fly? The answer is no, because that's impossible. I
will.
can't actually do anything I want to do. That's not free will, unless you mean a very particular kind of philosophical free will that only God possesses.
Yeah,
But
you can
we
choose.
we have a we choose how to respond to
Right.
God's actions. Yeah,
Exactly. That's what Paul taught, and that's what John Calvin taught. So what's the problem?
there's not a problem with that stance. That stance is orthodox.
Okay. So you agree with
Not
Calvin?
everything he says is wrong, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say he also said something
So
about John 3:16 and like Matthew 5, and he was a preacher.
Yeah, it's like I wouldn't disagree
so
with everything Calvin says. Especially if he's reading from the Bible. How could I, as a Christian, disagree with the Bible?
I
so when
remember
are
it
we
was
gonna canonize Calvin? When are we gonna make him a saint?
hold on real quick. It was
Get
I
that
don't think it
going.
was
Get that
Daniel. It was
started up.
somebody else that asked me the other day. They said, Christian, is there anything you agree with about the Catholic Church? And I was like, yeah, there's like a lot. Is there anybody who would say no to that question?
Maybe Bruce, if he was in here, he'd be
Yeah, maybe
like, "They're
Bruce.
wrong about everything. It's a
Yeah,
man-made
they're all
religion."
like, hey, we think the Lord Jesus Christ is the way. I'm like, yeah, we're in agreement.
Yeah.
Are you there,
Who else
Dustin?
came in here? Oh,
So
Dustin
when did
came in.
God adopt you? Paul says that he did it. He predestined it. So when did God adopt you?
I'm here, boss.
When you joined your church?
Sorry, I didn't catch the whole question.
When did God adopt you? If you weren't
Uh,
predestined, when did it
so
happen? When you joined your church?
I think I was adopted before I was born. It was always part of the divine plan.
Right
But
before you were born?
here's the thing: I could reject that adoption. I could
The
say, "You're not my
destination
father.
and
I
the
hate you."
if the point of origin and the destination are the same place, why take the journey?
I don't know.
This
God,
is the
well, I'm
point,
going to ask
Dustin.
God that question when I get to heaven. I've always had that question, by the way.
No,
Oh,
that question because he's saying he's the
You're
yeah,
robotic.
like you're
He's a
underwater.
I
robot.
what
011 011.
Dustin, you're
damn
11011.
Beep boop beep beep bop.
Dustin, you're 11011. But I would like to take Dustin's question. The answer, as Miley Cyrus said, is it's the climb.
No one has the answer to that question.
Oh, I
That's
got it.
God's prerogative.
No, it's an angel below if you read it.
I don't know why these guys going through all this.
It's the climb.
Well, can we agree on this?
I was
Christ is
special select.
risen!
I was special.
Christ is
I was
risen
special
from the
selected.
dead, trampling down death
Blah,
by
blah, blah,
death,
blah, blah,
and upon those in
blah,
the
blah.
tombs bestowing
Can we shut
life.
up, Daniel, please? Just shut
Wait a
up,
minute.
dude. Damn.
Dustin and Daniel are a good pair to have on the panel together.
I think the Apostle Paul might know by way of the Holy Spirit in Romans 5. Even he says that suffering produces perseverance, and perseverance character, and character hope. So I think the Apostle Paul had some insight on why God is allowing all of this to happen.
But Joe,
Well, you know,
I don't think it's
suffering is good for us.
Amen.
That's true.
Yeah.
maybe
Joe,
for
could
you, Daniel.
It is. It is. I'm
I'm
a
glad you
testament
feel
to
that way.
suffering
Why don't you come on over
growing.
to Bucky's house and paid? I got a few things I'll show you for some suffering.
Where do you live?
I live on the streets, bro.
All right.
I come to you.
Come to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Come to Harrisburg,
So anyway,
Pennsylvania. I'll meet you at a
Christian,
Walmart or
it's
something.
Yep.
it's a
Dustin, Dustin, come
It's
to
not,
Walmart in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
It's the
Oh
Fuck
no,
my
it's
ball.
robot.
Daniel,
Are you gonna
Daniel,
show
suck,
up? Are you gonna
Whoa.
show up? You gonna show up, buddy?
suck my balls.
You're not gonna show up? You got scared?
Wait, I wouldn't show up for you.
I'll call
No,
your
I'm
bluff,
not
brother.
afraid of you. It's not even.
You
It's
you
not
show up. You show up, and
even
we'll see
worth
what
it to show
happens,
up. For
man.
Daniel, I would break you in half like a fucking twig, bro.
And I take you out for lunch, brother. You're gonna act real different when we see each other in person. I guarantee it.
Probably. No, like most people, bro. You don't know me. You don't fucking know me.
Well, if you're a crazy person, then I'll have to deal with that bridge when I get to it. I know how to deal with those too.
I think you're supposed to jump off that bridge, Daniel.
Danny's gonna
You
force you to
can't
take
Thomas
communion.
Crooks your way off. You can't Thomas Crooks your way out of this one, bud. It's not gonna work.
Well, what did Thomas Crooks use? What kind of gun?
I used a baby AK that was actually a 22. Or no, AR. It was AR, like, but it was a baby 22. 22 style.
Yeah, I don't have a 22 AR, but I got one in 5.56.
Yeah,
I do,
I
yeah.
don't think you would hit anything. I'd be surprised.
I was a competitive shooter. I was the best in Pennsylvania 3 times in a row, and I also got in the Nationals.
You were the best in
I was in 7th place.
Let me
Yep,
see. Let
3
me
times
see
in a
your.
row.
Let me see your medal. Hey,
All right,
or any
I'm
of the
about to head home.
credentials. Let me see any of that credential that you're bragging about right now.
You want to see some trophies when I get home? All
I
right,
want to
I'll
see
show
the
you.
credentials. I want to see those. You're that good of a shot.
You know what the good book says about that, don't you, Daniel?
I know I'm not supposed to kill people.
What it says is, and I quote my dear friend, Brother Steve Whitlow, it says, "And if they shooteth you, shooteth them backeth, carrieth a gunneth with you."
Oh,
that's
right.
right.
Actually quite
Vengeance
encouraging.
It's not right.
Vengeance
It's
is
just a verbatim
fineth,
quote.
saith the Lord.
Yea, hear, and verily.
Dustin, are you a gun owner or not?
No, I'm not a gun owner. I don't own any guns. I don't need them.
The best 3 times.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, like I said, come to Harrisburg anytime you want, buddy.
I got my left and my right. Did that count?
Meet me in Cornwallis, Nebraska.
Yeah, it counts, man. Absolutely, that counts. That's a fair fight. Are you kidding me? In fact, I should have had to bring more guns because you're so
Bro.
strong.
I'm telling you, Daniel. I'm looking at you. Your frail frame and your pasty white complexion. You don't want none of this,
Tasty?
bro.
You're looking at me, but
Pasty.
you can't look at me until I turn on the light. Here, now I have the light on. You can take a good look.
I thought he called the man tasty.
Now,
Yeah,
do you want
Thomas
this to be the
Crooks.
last face you see before you see Jesus Christ? Come on, man. Just chill out.
you you couldn't kill me if I was hanging over a freaking cliff and you had a scissors and we're cutting the rope. Oh my God! Shut the fuck up, Daniel. You little bitch.
All right. Well, I'll show you some trophies when I get back into the apartment. I got about 10 minutes left until I'm there.
I
All
can't
right.
wait. I want to see
Gangster
this. I'm
Ghost, can
gonna
I show
look
you
it
some
up.
BB guns too? Can I show you some BB guns too on your stream, Gangster Ghost, just so Dustin understands?
Your BB guns? Like I don't
Yeah, they're
need to see
BB
your guns.
guns.
I don't need to see your
They're not
guns.
real
It's not
guns.
necessary. I've seen military spec guns before, bro. I don't need to see your guns.
Okay, but I'll show you anyway.
I'm sure. I guess I don't. It's not
What is this
necessary.
conversation about anymore?
It's about if
He's gonna
Dustin
show
wants to
me his
meet me in
BB
person.
guns. I mean, bro, like you don't want that. You don't want that. I'm just telling you.
Well, I
You
remember
don't.
before you were saying some pretty gross things that you'd want to do to me. Remember that?
Yeah.
A couple streams ago?
Yeah.
You said you
Yeah.
wanted to rape me?
Yeah.
Oh,
When you go
You
out,
know
I
what
go
happened
in.
to the
Actually,
last
that was
person who
Clay.
said that, Dustin?
Actually, that was Clay. Clay. If we're being honest and
No,
like
that was you.
directed.
That was
No, it was
you.
Clay. No, I said that
What have
to
I
Clay.
returned to?
I
Actually,
said
Logan
that to
Logan actually
Clay.
kept the stream up, and we can take a look at it sometime. But you absolutely said that multiple times to me.
If you, yeah, no, I don't remember saying that to you. I remember saying that to
So
Clay.
you know,
I don't remember
if
saying
you
that
want to
to
say you want
you
to sexually assault me and you want to show up to
directly.
my door, I got some things to show you too.
Uh-oh.
I mean, like I said, bro, I'm using this kind of weapon. You want to bring that kind of? It just shows how much of a bitch you are, right? I get horny when I fight. You fucking want to kill people. You know that makes me wonder what kind of orthodox you are.
It's the kind that doesn't mess around.
That shuts his fucking mouth. That's a little bitch that wants to use a gun instead of fight me straight up. Dude, I would fight you straight up. I
I
would
wouldn't
bitch
want to
slap
touch
you
you,
open
Dustin,
handed.
because you'd
I
smell
wouldn't
bad.
even close my hand. I wouldn't even close my hand,
So I'd
bro.
make
It
sure
wouldn't
you
even be
stay
worth
6
it.
feet away.
I mean,
It's
I'm
called
far
social
enough right now. I
distancing.
don't know why you gotta add six
why are you
feet.
always coming up with
I don't know why you gotta add six
why are you
feet.
always coming up with fighting words, Dustin?
I didn't start this fight.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't start the last fight. No, I didn't.
You absolutely started. You said, You said, "Oh, why don't you come meet me?" And then you said, "Oh, I'm not telling you where I am, but you tell me where you are." I told you where I am, and you're not going to show up, are you? And that's good. That'll keep you
I
safe.
think
You're
you're
smarter than you
being
look, Dustin.
you're fucking retarded, bro. If you think I'm even in the slight intimidated by a
Of
little
course you are,
pansy fucking twig
and you
bitch
should
made
be.
little piece of shit like you. Fuck, dude, let me show you a picture. Matter of fact, I need to go get that fucking mugshot, show you what happens to little bitches like you. Bro, dude, you don't want this. You don't want this, bro. I'll beat your ass and then the cops will come and arrest you. That's what happened the last time.
Okay.
Actually, that happened multiple
Well
times.
then,
You don't want none of this, bro. You don't want it. I'm just telling you.
well, I guess it's your choice to make. So you could either accept or not accept. It sounds like you're not accepting.
I mean, yeah, I'm not even interested, Daniel.
That's what I
You're not
thought.
worth my time. Like Clay I would go. Clay I would actually go and meet, right? You're not worth my time, bro. Like you're really not.
All right, could we move on?
You're just a little bitch made.
Let's move along. Let's move along.
Joe.
No reason to fight.
I'm pretty sure eventually Clay and I will actually meet up. If I talk enough shit to him, he'll probably actually
Are
cave.
you interested in going back to jail or something, bro?
But I won't go to jail. You don't understand. Like you don't know what the fucking law even says, do you, Sandman? All of this stuff is considered an offer, right? This is what's known as an offer to consideration.
Like I can.
I'm putting terms out there. You're offering terms in counter, and we're coming to an agreement.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not gonna go to jail for that. Shut the fuck up, dude. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Language, bro. Language.
Uh, Joe, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh,
So
Shit, I went right by there, didn't I?
so Jill.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if I don't believe in predestination, am I saved?
I thought we've gone through this.
No, if you're predestined, it shouldn't matter what you believe in, right?
What you're really asking is if you refuse to accept the doctrine,
What doctrine?
are you saved? Of predestination.
The doctrine.
It's clearly taught in Ephesians 1:5. There is no doubt about it. Read the context.
Okay. How do I know? How do I know?
Predetermined.
I heard that part, but I mean, how do I know if I'm on that side or this side?
Well, I believe if you're saved, the Spirit of God, as it witnesses to me every day, is witnessing to you and
How do,
guiding you in your walk. Christ
how
says
do
that the Spirit would always be with you
I
and
how do I know
teach
that?
you
How
all
do I know?
things.
How do I know all this?
Okay, something better be going on.
Well, nothing's going on. That's
Oh,
what
well,
I'm saying.
then I would maybe you need to
What if I'm not predestined? Is what I'm saying. What if? How?
Has anybody here ever witnessed a
maybe
miracle?
you need another baptism. I don't know.
Well, I know because you're talking about predestined on those who are predestined to be saved. What about the other side? Could you tell us about the other side? How do we know who is not on the saved side and who is on the damn side?
Well, we don't know who's on the saved side. We only know we're saved personally, intimately. We have a relationship with Christ that we can't even express or prove to anyone from the outside looking in.
Hey,
So,
the next time you talk to Christ, will you let him know I really need some help with a few court cases?
need some help.
Could use some help over here.
You got court cases going on, Dustin?
Yeah, I got court cases. You want to read some of the paperwork? You want to see what this dude did to me?
Oh, people who've done things to you.
You want to hear? Do you want to hear what defendant Tyrell James in King County did
Oh
to
my
me?
goodness.
Oh
Tyrell,
no,
he sounds black. Tyrone.
Tyrone.
Tyrell.
Tyrell.
Tyrell. I never met the guy. I never met the guy until
He
that
black.
night.
Tyrone is a bomboclat. I met a.
Yeah, he had a black eye. I know that
Whoa.
much, and probably a couple missing teeth.
Wow.
Yeah, nah, that's on the mugshot. I can show you
And
that. There's actual proof of
and
that.
Dustin by the zero.
How do I know the cops didn't do that?
Uh, you probably would know if the cops were doing it because he's a black man in Washington. What are you talking? How do I
Right.
I know?
So how do I
Because
know?
there would be on the
So how do I
news.
know that wasn't the cops?
Because it would be on the news. Because then it would be nationwide news
How do
right
I know the
now.
cops didn't do that? And they get it. And then
I'm pretty sure the cops didn't
they
do
just
that,
blamed it
bro.
on you.
I'm pretty sure the cops didn't do
And you
that.
decided, hey, I'm going to take credit for it.
I guess I could take credit for it, but it'd be pretty strange because there's a long list of pictures and of mugshots of people in prison with their face all fucked up and my history attached to it.
So you decided to.
Like you can go and look this shit up. It's not a joke, bro.
Oh, I
From
know you didn't.
Arizona all the way up until right now, there's a list of people with their face all fucked up in
How do I
mugshots.
know you didn't set this all up so you can come on Ghost's channel and talk about it? How do I know? You and the
Because that would be pretty elaborate,
how do
bro.
I know?
That'd be pretty
You and
fucking
the police are
elaborate.
not in cahoots right now to try to.
Over several different
Well,
states.
let me
Okay,
guess. You start.
yeah. Everywhere I go, the cops just love me.
Let me guess. You're starting your own channel. You writing a
No,
book? You
no,
writing a
I don't
book?
have any of that. I work too much for that.
Where'd Dandy go?
To go pull up some BB guns. Oh fuck yeah! You think I'm joking? What's funny is you think I'm
You
fucking
gotta get a
joking.
DB to the you know what?
Oh yeah, he's gonna give me some BBs to my BBs.
He'd have to shoot you right in the eye or something to do any sort of damage, I guess.
Come on, bro. Yo,
Hi, Badger.
Badger. What's happening, my man?
He disappeared. Oh, he's back now.
He's raptured.
Whoa. Oh, StreamYard.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, I see Dr. Spider's in the chat.
Finger licking good.
Hi, Badger.
Hey, what's up?
What's up,
How
Badger?
are you today?
I'm all right. I've been sweating out in the heat all day.
Yeah, it's been a warm day, huh?
A little bit.
Jill's here.
I'm sure I'm probably not sweating as bad as Dustin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know, Dustin, you do a lot more of the manual labor, right? Or am I thinking of Josh?
You need a contract? Is that what it is?
Huh?
What about you, Jill? Are you retired?
No.
You're not retired yet?
No.
Okay.
Oh. What about you, Badger Snake? Are you retired?
No,
Badger's-
it's going to take a while. I'm still a young man.
Yep.
You're 21?
I'm 42.
Oh, yeah. Still got time.
I still got like at least 25 years.
You're 42 and you're a young man. You're a spring chicken, bro.
He is. He is a spring chicken.
Straight spring chicken
I
right
still-
out of that freaking
I
egg,
still
bro.
outwork all the people like half my age at my job, though.
Oh, you're 30?
There are some people that are just born that way, bro. Some people they have that work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gangster Ghost, you want to make me a little larger so I can show Dustin some things?
Okay.
I wanted to ask Dustin if there's volumes other than 11. 42
All right.
is the new 24.
There's one trophy. There's another trophy. There's another trophy. It's my reposed mother.
Do any of those have your name on it at all? I don't see names. I
these
see
all prayer
placards
trophies?
and pieces of wood.
And I also got this rascal right here.
I feel
You
like
really
I
don't
feel
get
like Daniel has
So
a
those
bunch
are
of
some of my
Taekwondo trophies. What's that?
Yeah, I think those are stuff he made in wood shop.
This is a good old 12 gauge BB gun.
Uh-oh.
12 gauge BB
And
gun.
these are
You
pretty
mean
nice.
scatter shot?
They
This is
shoot
another BB gun.
Scatter shot, yeah. So you know to use a shotgun at least, so they can't trace
the
the shell
12
to you.
grade shoots bubblegum balls.
That's one of those.
Hey, you know why you use a shotgun in home invasions? You know what the reason is for that?
All I know,
Because there's no shell that they can trace back
all
to
I know
you.
is I ain't going to Daniel's house. That's for sure.
People know.
If I was going to Daniel's house, I'd wait until he falls asleep. I'd stick a freaking hose under his door. Everybody in the house would go to sleep, and you'd never hear from him again.
Yeah, you would have to do something like that to get up on me. So, if I were you, Dustin, I would probably not come to Harrisburg. Probably just
Like, why? You wouldn't even know I was there. The last thing you would know is the sound of the little freaking hot thing coming your way, bro. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even fucking know, bro. You just don't come at me with your bullshit and fucking thinking you're intimidating
He's gone.
somebody you're not. You wouldn't even know.
He's gone.
Well, whatever, dude. He can
really
fucking take a
Are
fatty.
you guys really beefing like that?
I don't know. Actually, I don't have any problems with Daniel. He's a bitch. I don't like why. It wouldn't even be worth my fucking time. Clay, on the other hand, I'd go and meet his ass and beat the fuck out of him.
Oh,
I have my days where I would like to as well.
Ghost, I didn't know you were such a violent man.
Oh,
No, Ghost isn't. He just has friends that are.
Yeah, too much violence. No love.
Oh, cry a river for me,
I
Sandman.
am. I'm gonna pull out the violin and start playing it too.
So who here is a Roman Catholic?
I'm not a Roman Catholic.
Isn't the Pope over Orthodox? Oh no, I mean, isn't the Pope over all of the Catholic religions or groups?
The holy shitness.
Is he the head of Rome or is he the head of all of the Catholic Church? Or just the Roman Catholic Church? If you notice, they've tried to get rid of. They've gotten rid of, actually, not tried to. They've gotten rid of Rome. It used to be called the Roman Catholic Church when I was growing up. Now it's just Christianity. Now it's just the Catholic Church.
Is it?
Right. Now it's just Christian. It's morphing now into Christian. Well, the titles that are thrown around, yeah.
Oh, that's because of the unity that they're aiming for.
Yeah, the ecumenical movement.
Yeah, they're gonna they have to cut out, titles and just keep it as just one. Christians. Everybody who's Christian is the same.
So, Danny knows
Yes.
about the Catholic Church.
We
Is the
all gotta
Pope
unite.
over? Is the Pope just over the Roman or Rome, the Roman Catholic Church, the Vatican, or is he over every Catholic church or division? I don't know what the.
I mean,
He's
like,
over the
I
entire
imagine
Catholic
if he was
Church.
to roll up, if he
So
was to
there's
roll up to
Eastern
like an
Catholics
independent
and there's
Catholic
Western
church,
Catholics.
blah
Dustin,
blah
can you
blah
stop
blah
talking?
blah blah
Oh
blah
boy,
blah
here
blah
comes.
blah blah
Dustin,
blah.
remember
Shut
when
up,
you said
dude.
you
I was
wanted
in
to
the middle
meet
of
up and
saying
fight with
something.
me and you wanted to
Yeah,
sexually
blah
assault
blah
me?
blah 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 blah.
When you said you wanted
I
to rape
didn't say
me?
that about you.
It's
Bro.
on
I said
Gangster
that about
Ghost's channel.
Clay.
You guys
I
can
said
take a
that
look. It
about
says Dustin
Clay.
Buck versus the
I
Ortho
said
Bros.
that about Clay. Bro, if you
You can
thought that
lie
I
all
wanted to
you
have
want,
sex with you, I
or
apologize.
people could just.
I was interested in Clay, bro. I'm interested in Clay. I'm not interested in you. I don't care
Well,
about you,
you said you
Daniel.
wanted to
You're
rape
not
me multiple
special,
times
bro.
on that stream, and people can
No, I
listen
want
to
to
it
rape
themselves.
Clay. Get it
And the
fucking
last person
straight.
who
Get
threatened
it
to rape
fucking
me
straight.
had a
It's
bad
Clay,
time,
not
Dustin.
you.
It's
It's
not something that I
Clay.
take lightly.
Fucking Jesus Christ, dude. You're not even
And
my
you kept
type,
saying
bro.
over and over
What
again
the
that you
fuck
wanted to
is
meet up
going
with
on?
me.
Blah, blah, blah,
And
blah,
now
blah.
that
So what? No, actually, that was
and
Clay, bro. That wasn't
okay,
you.
Dustin.
That
Oh, it
wasn't
wasn't
fucking
you.
you.
You didn't say you wanted
That
to
was
meet up.
Clay.
Oh, well, you know
you're
what? That actually happened on this
Not
stream,
you.
and people could hear that. Where you said, "I want to, I come on, man. Anywhere you want to meet up, we'll meet up, and I'll beat you up." And I said, "Okay, come over to this place." And you said, "I don't want to
That's
anymore.
not actually what
You're
I
not worth
said.
my time."
No, no. You're such a bitch, bro. You're a fucking
You
faggot
want to
bitch,
rape?
bro.
Wait a minute.
What would you do?
You're
What
the
would
one
you
who said
do,
you wanted to rape
Daniel?
a
If I
man,
was
and you're
in
gonna
your
call me
face
gay.
right now, what would you do? Yeah,
That is pretty
yeah, I'll
gay,
call you gay
Dustin.
straight to your face,
It's like
bro.
the
If I
gayest
was
thing
in your face
you could
right
say.
now, what the fuck would you do? What the fuck would you do?
What
I don't
happened to this
care,
channel,
Daniel.
Logan?
Yeah, it clearly bothers you more than it
Yeah,
bothers me.
because
I don't
I've
give a
actually
flying
been
fuck,
sexually
bro.
assaulted
You're not
before, unlike
interested.
you.
I'm not interested. I fuck. Then it'll be round 2, bro. I don't fucking care. Shut the fuck up, Daniel. You're not special to anybody. Not
I'm
even
special
me.
to
Shut the
Jesus
fuck up,
Christ.
bro.
How about that?
I doubt it. I doubt if you are. I don't know. I
You
don't
don't
know the
speak
man
for him.
personally, but I doubt the fuck if you are, bro.
Well, Dustin,
Certainly
Are
don't.
you,
it
hold
sounds
on,
like
Eat
Dustin, are
it,
you all
Daniel.
right,
You're not
man?
important to anybody but your
it sounds.
mom.
Dustin,
You're not important to anybody but your fucking
Dustin,
mother, dude. Shut the
My
fuck
mother's
are
up.
you all
dead.
right,
Not even
man?
interested.
Dude, calm down, Dustin. Shit, man.
Yeah, are
Like,
you
gonna cause
okay?
trouble or what the hell, bro?
Yeah, I'm fine. All y'all can eat shit. Fuck off.
Okay.
I'm
you
fine.
just
seem really upset, man.
Shut the fuck up, dude. I'm not asking for your fucking advice. If I seem upset, it's probably because I am.
For
Shut
once,
the
somebody
fuck up.
calls his
You're
bluff
not
and
interested
says,
in my mental
"Oh,
health.
actually, Dustin can't just say anything that he wants. I'll call your bluff. If you actually want to
I'll
show up, you
say any
could.
fucking thing I
And you're
want,
not going to show
Daniel.
up
I'll say any
because
fucking
you
thing
know
I
darn well
want.
it would not end well for you."
I won't show. Oh yeah, bro, you're fucking scary. I'm scared of you, dude. I would
You're the
show
one
up
who said it.
for fucking. I don't even know what was his name.
Dustin,
Fucking Gay R15. I'd show up for his dumbass. I wouldn't show up for you.
Dustin.
I don't even care, bro. You're nothing to me.
All
You're
right.
not even a
Then
fucking
maybe
person. You're a
stop saying
piece
that
of
you want to
shit.
rape me. Stop saying you want to meet up with me and
I'm not
fight
saying
me.
that about you. I said that
And
about
and
Clay,
then
bro. It wasn't
maybe I'll
about
never
you.
hear about it
It
again,
wasn't
and that will
about
be the
you.
end of it.
I'm admitting to fucking. I don't fucking care, bro. I wasn't
Yeah,
talking
it's
about
over,
you. I was talking
Dustin.
about
Stop
Clay.
talking about it.
And I don't know. I'll say whatever the fuck I want, Daniel, and you're not gonna stop me neither. So shut the fuck up, faggot.
Dustin.
You little bitch boy.
Dustin. Why?
Bro, are you
What?
okay?
What? No, I'm not okay. Fuck you.
Dustin.
So what if I'm not?
Dustin.
I don't know, man.
What?
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Yeah, that is pretty gay.
I don't care, dude. I don't care what you guys think.
Well, you
Kind of
said
weird
you want to
sundowning
bang.
thing that your dad taught you.
You want to bang Clay? You said.
I mean, bro, dude, Daniel, you are so trying to get under my skin, bro. You're not important to me, man. I think you're more upset that I want to have sex with Clay than you. I
Oh
think
my
that's what
god!
it
All
is.
right, I'm done.
Getting
I think
I'm
that's
gayer
what
done.
and
it
gayer
is.
by the
I
minute,
think you're
Dustin.
jealous,
First you
bro.
want to have sex
Wow.
I
with
think
me,
you're
then you want to have
fucking
sex with
jealous,
Clay.
bro.
You're the gross.
I
I don't know
really
what's going
do.
on here,
No, I
but
didn't want to have sex with you,
Why
Daniel.
don't you
That's
ask
what
him
you're
if
not
he'll
getting.
both meet
It
you?
wasn't
let you
you,
guys.
bro.
I'll-
It
Dustin,
wasn't
why don't you ask
you.
him if
And
they'll
it'll
both meet
never be
you?
you. I don't want to have sex with you. I'll have sex with
I didn't
Clay
know it
before
was
I
gonna
have sex with
be
you.
the
I don't want you.
conversation like
Gross.
that.
What the fuck are you talking
All
Where's
right,
about,
Clay?
bro?
is this a love
Where's
triangle we
Clay?
got going on here? What's going on here? Is
Some
this
What's
weird
going
stuff.
on here?
Dude, he's jealous. He thinks I was talking about him. I wasn't talking about you, Daniel. I don't care about you,
what's
Dustin,
dude.
going
I
maybe
was
on?
you
talking
forgot
about
what you said to me,
Clay.
but it's actually
You're
on a
fucking
stream that anyone
jealous,
can watch.
bro.
Gangster
You're
ghost.
fucking jealous, dude. No, yeah, everybody go watch
Yeah,
and find out who
please
I was
do.
actually talking. I was talking to
You can
fucking
see what
Clay.
Dustin
I
really
wasn't
looks like
talking to
behind the
Daniel.
hood.
I was talking to fucking Clay.
And
For the
Dustin wants to
love of
play the
fucking, I don't
victim.
care,
Oh,
Daniel.
Daniel's being
I
so
don't
mean
care.
to me. I
Actually,
threatened to
I
rape
want
him
to make
multiple times
sure
on a stream, and I
you,
don't understand where it's coming from.
not you, not you,
Oh, I
Clay,
wanted to rape
not
Clay,
fucking
not
Not
you,
Dan.
you.
Clay.
Yeah, not you.
Yeah, not you, buddy.
Okay.
You're too fucking
Another
weird,
So,
man.
bro. You look like Thomas
so now
fucking Crooks,
people
bro.
can
I
look
couldn't
back at
even
the
get it
stream,
up.
see what you said
I
about
couldn't
me,
even get
and
it up.
now
You'd
know
be
that you say
knocked
that
out in
about
the
Clay.
fucking corner, and that's usually when I get fucking horny,
Oh
and I'd
god.
look at you and it'd be like flaccid, bro.
Gross.
It wouldn't even it wouldn't come up for me, man.
Oh,
You're just not my
I'm out
type,
of here.
bro.
Are you at
Later.
work right now?
Hey, Dustin, are you working?
Me? No, actually, I'm off.
Oh.
But doesn't matter.
Makes sense.
Are you looking
Yeah.
for like a male companion, or what are you doing?
You know that
It's not like it would make any
website
difference, bro.
for-
I could scream all this shit right in front of my boss. I'd still have a job tomorrow. You want to know why? I'm valuable. Fucking what? Daniel, I don't like you, bro. I don't want to have sex with you. I wouldn't even waste time
He
fighting
doesn't
you.
even want to have
That's
sex
great.
That's
with
how
you.
fucking
What are you
little I
talking
think
So then
about
you can
it,
just take
bro.
back everything you said before,
So
can't you?
I'm not taking anything back because it wasn't said about you.
No.
I'm not taking anything back. You weren't even a topic of discussion in my
has a problem
mind,
with their
dude.
memory.
You're not important to anybody but your mother. That's the only person in this fucking world that you mattered to. I promise. I promise,
Oh, you're saying that
buddy.
because she's dead.
I promise.
I get
You're
it.
alone,
Cute.
bro. No, I'm saying that because you're alone and because you're trying to hurt somebody who's way better at hurting than you.
Maybe
You just
maybe
can't
you're
do
actually
it.
looking at yourself
You
and
just
thinking,
can't
what
fucking
would
do
hurt my
it.
feelings? Well, I'm
Maybe
lonely, so I'm
that's
going to call Dan
possible.
lonely.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I'm fucking
Very easy
lonely.
psychology.
Because I have such a sparkling
Very
personality,
transparent.
trying to attract people around me. You're fucking retarded, bro. I
No,
can't even
you're
stand
lonely because you're
myself.
miserable to people and nobody withstands you.
You're okay.
That's probably why you're in so many court cases, because you keep getting beat up for saying the wrong shit.
I'm in the court case because I get beat up. fucking retarded. You don't know what you're talking about. Bro, look at these papers
Calm
right
down.
here,
Can I see
bro. I
them?
got I
Can I
can
see
show
those
you.
papers?
I can show yeah,
Can you
I'll
show us
show
the
you this
dockets?
paper right here, bro.
I would love to see those.
Yeah, I can show you the
Please.
paperwork. I can show you the
Calm
Yeah.
down, bro.
Let's see. What does that look
Can you full
like?
screen this, Gangster Ghost? Is there a way that you can reverse it so we can actually read it?
I can't. That's not on me.
I'm going to call the CIA like as we speak right now.
Yeah.
What does it
It's-
say?
Yeah, we can't even read it.
Well, that
I don't know what to tell you if you can't
That's
read.
Because
not right
it's
there.
backwards for us. Yeah.
That's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Can you read it to us, or do you not know how to read?
I,
also
Daniel
drive
T.
a Nissan.
Swatberg, prosecuting attorney for King County in the name of authority of the state of Washington, do accuse Tyrell James of the following crime: robbery in the second degree committed as follows. Count one, robbery in the second degree. Tyrell James in King County, Washington.
Are you
State
43
on
years
or
old?
about November. No. What? Where are you getting 43 from?
I'm just asking.
He said 33.
What the fuck? Where is 43 at? What the fuck are you talking about, Daniel?
Oh, I'm just asking questions. Keep going.
You can ask questions, but you would think that the question would make sense.
Yeah. It'll
Anyway,
maybe later.
And with intent to commit theft, taking personal property of another, to wit, a motor vehicle from a person in a presence of dust and buck against his will by use of threat or use of intimidation, force, violence, and fear injury, such persons or property, and to the person or property of another. Dude. That dude fucking hawked up in my truck while I was asleep, tried to take it, got a mouthful of knuckles, and went to jail for it, bro. I don't know. What else did you want?
You said it was King County or Kings County?
King County.
Okay.
Here in Washington State, dipshit.
Excellent. Thank you.
You want the docket number? I'll give you the docket number.
What is it?
He's gone.
Oh, what a shame. Maybe he'll come back.
He's back.
2222-1-06745-1. That's the docket
Say that
number.
again?
You want the
Dustin, you
fucking
dropped
incident
out.
number?
You dropped
Yeah,
out.
you dropped out.
22-1-06745-1. SEA. That's the docket number. You want the incident number too?
You said 221067560? 1?
No, 745 745-1. 745-1. SEA.
SEA.
For Seattle.
Capitalized.
Excellent.
So, did anybody turn on their AC or fans on yet?
Dude, it's so freaking hot.
Yeah. Do you like heat or?
I always have my fans on.
I know.
I don't
Thank you.
like the plastic shirt I have to wear at work. Freaking sucks.
Oh yeah, that
I
must
have to wear
keep
long. I have to wear long sleeves at work.
Yeah, because of in case of like a bite or something.
I would laugh so hard if you pulled up that mugshot. Daniel, do me a favor and pull up the mugshot of that guy if you can. Find that the picture of Tyrell and let's see what he looks like.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't been able to make it to the police department. I have to go there and get a whole bundle of papers. I'm suing them. They fucked up.
Is that really far away from where you live?
It's far enough away to make it inconvenient.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame.
It's okay. I'll call the authorities. Don't worry about it.
Well, is there any other information you'd like to offer at this time?
I mean, what else do you want? You want his criminal record?
Maybe not so much his stuff, like more about like your stuff.
dude, you can look me up. There's nothing on my record.
Okay, can we do that?
There's nothing. You can find you. Yeah, go the fuck
You can
ahead.
look
Look me
anyone up.
up, dude. You're not gonna find shit. You don't need my permission. Go look me up, dude. You're not gonna find anything but a bunch of people with disgruntled issues and fucking fucked up faces. That's what you're gonna find. I promise. There's nobody pointing their finger at me claiming to be a victim of something I did.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gotcha. Well, that was easy. That was like, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I think I got pretty much everything I need. Excellent.
I don't know what that even means, but okay.
So you mostly shovel, you said, but have you ever done injection molding?
I've done injection molding. I've done all kinds of different jobs. I've got a long list of jobs.
Okay.
The fuck what? Do you know what splay is?
No.
Do you know what a hot shot is? Yeah, you probably don't know.
I don't know as much as you
I've
do.
probably forgotten more about plastic injection molding than you will ever even know. Dear God in heaven, dude, you're a real piece of work, bro. Like, yeah, like I said, you're not gonna find anything. I'm as straight as a fucking arrow. I'm as straight up as a man can possibly be. And you're a fucking joke, Daniel. You're a fucking joke, bro. I'll say it straight to your face. I'd say it. You're not even worth fucking trying to threaten to rape, bro. Like that's how
Well, you
bad you
did,
are,
and it
bro.
was on a
Like Clay's
recorded live
Clay.
stream.
No,
Actually.
no. I threatened to rape Clay.
Okay,
right?
that's
That's
your
who I was
story. I
talking to. I
know,
wasn't talking to
and
you.
you're
Yeah,
familiar
and
with
that's
courts,
what
so
I'm.
you understand how that all works.
It's not even
What if
a.
Clay
It's
wants
not
it
even a
though?
story.
Then
It's
it's not
exactly what
a
the fuck
crime, right?
happened.
So threatening to rape somebody,
Not
is that a crime or
well,
not a
no.
crime?
See,
What if Clay
that's
wants
not
it?
exactly. That's not exactly what happened. I didn't necessarily threaten him. I warned him of a previous condition that would have effect in the event of his losing consciousness, and if he was interested in engaging in said effect. I didn't threaten him with anything. I offered.
At some
There's a
point, we could
difference.
do a little review stream of that. I think that'll be interesting.
You go the fuck ahead, Daniel. Review it until you're fucking
What, to
asshole
put more-
puckers. I don't
to
care.
put more trash on the internet? Like, what's the point of this?
Well, it wouldn't be on the internet, so to speak.
Who fucking cares, Daniel?
I guess the people
Again,
who say that that's a crime, like judges.
Good luck. Let's
Like attorneys?
find out, dude. Let's try and press charges, bro. Try and press charges. You don't even have an address to serve me. What the fuck?
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm extremely sure.
Are you sure I don't have a lot of information about you because of what you already shared with me just now?
Dude, you can have the up-to-date location where I am. There is no address to serve me. You can't
What about
serve
your
me,
place of
dipshit.
employment?
Which one? Yeah, go ahead, serve me at my place of employment. Try and find me, dipshit.
No, but they don't.
You're
Be pretty
fucking
easy to find,
retarded,
right?
dude. Where am I employed
Seacrest.
right now? Where am I employed? You're fucking retarded.
Seacrest Incorporated.
Yeah, go ahead and serve me there, Daniel. Go ahead and serve me there, bro, and see what happens.
Okay.
I'm gonna laugh so fucking hard.
Yeah, as long as you're okay with that.
You don't know what you're doing, dude. Serve me, bro. Serve me, please. Send all them freaking affidavits. I want to see the receipts. I want to see them professional receipts of those affidavits that you're sending out. I want to see it.
So you're
Let me see the money you're spending on professional
you're
servers to
emboldening me
come
to do
try and
this.
serve me. That's select taxes.
Has there been
Yes,
has
I
there been
am.
other
Yes,
people
the fuck
that
I
you've
am. I am daring you. I am daring you with everything in my fucking body to try come and serve me. Please do it.
It wouldn't be me
Please.
serving you.
I will laugh.
It would be police officers.
Well, actually, it would be you trying to have me served
No,
at the
this
very
is a
least.
felony.
But what the fuck would you? Good
It's not a
luck.
civil suit.
Good luck. Good luck, dude. Good luck. Good luck,
This is
bro.
just
That's all I
a
can
federal
say.
crime to say that you're going to rape somebody.
Well,
It's called sexual harassment.
Good luck, bro.
It is a crime.
Good luck, bro.
Threatening someone with a crime in the U.S. Anyways. Yeah, you could be charged up for.
You guys don't know what you're talking about. You just
maybe.
don't have a fucking
I
clue.
guess we'll all find out.
No,
Because
you
you
don't.
really want to find out,
You
don't you?
look, I'm trying to tell you, Daniel, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. I can say any fucking thing I want to.
Okay, say some
and
other things.
There's not a thing you can do
Say
about
some
it.
other things.
I'll say whatever I
Prove it to
want.
us.
I'll say whatever I want,
Yeah, what
Daniel.
else do you want to say?
I'll say whatever I want,
What
dude.
would you do if I was in
Dustin,
front
when's
of
the
you right
last
now?
time you
I've
got
said it pretty
sleep,
much.
man?
What kind of question is that?
I'm just wondering.
I woke up this morning at like 6 a.m. What
That's
the
when
fuck?
you wake up, not when how much you sleep.
I've got over 8 hours. What the fuck are you asking me that for?
You just don't sound like you're doing good.
I don't fucking, dude, who fucking cares what you think? Who fucking cares what you fucking think?
Dustin, maybe you need to
Thank you.
maybe you need to calm down or do something else.
Yeah.
This conversation is getting a little too out of hand here. Unless you want to ask for forgiveness.
I mean, Daniel's threatening to have me. I'm not asking for forgiveness for you. What the fuck? Daniel's threatening to have me fucking civilly served or criminally served. Fuck you, Daniel. Eat shit, motherfucker.
He could.
I don't care. I said what I said and I stand by it.
No, but if he has you on stream threatening him, I mean,
He doesn't have shit, dude. He has shit in both hands and he's trying to make it into gold. Dude, you don't have anything on me, Daniel. You really don't.
all right, well then let's cut it out so that way there is no.
Dude, tell him to stop fucking talking to me. He told me he wouldn't talk to
Well, he's
me.
on the panel.
He,
and
for
we're
some
all
reason,
here
has
to talk and to whatever.
well, but he said he wouldn't talk to me. I didn't ask him not to. He said he wouldn't talk to
You
me.
should ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, and by the way,
I don't for or what? Forgiveness for what? Be specific. If I need forgiveness, what specifically am I
what
asking
you said to me
forgiveness
on the
for?
stream that I have
I
downloaded,
didn't
so it
say
doesn't
it
matter
to
if
you,
Gangster
you
Ghost deletes it or
stupid
not.
fuck. I didn't say it to you, you
So it doesn't
stupid
matter
fuck.
how much you beg Gangster Ghost to delete that stream where you incriminated yourself. I just downloaded
Bro,
it.
I'm not going to beg anybody anything, bro. I don't care. Go
I didn't say
ahead.
you had to beg.
Fucking,
He suggested that
I'm not gonna
you asked for
ask.
forgiveness.
I don't
didn't even say
care.
it myself.
I don't care, Daniel. I don't care. You can float and sputter and think that you're gonna do something to me all you fucking want, but when at the end of the day, nothing's gonna happen, bro. I'm just letting you know.
So you're above the law, huh? You can just
What
you
the
can
fuck
threaten
are
to
you
rape
talking about?
people and
I
get
can
away with
say
it.
whatever the fuck I want, Daniel. I can
Okay.
say whatever the fuck I want. That's
Duly
called freedom
noted.
of speech, bro.
Freedom of speech, good defense.
But we gotta advise Clay that he might, I don't know, drop a coin or something. All of a sudden, Dustin's up his ass or something. I don't know. We gotta.
What happened?
Yeah, apparently.
No, you guys thought
There
it
might
was
be enough
funny to call
sleepy.
me gay. I don't know. What the fuck, dude?
You called yourself gay when you threatened to rape
If
men.
you're talking about raping men, I mean, I think it's okay to say you're gay.
I honestly didn't. Well, fucking, I don't really even give a flying fuck either way. You guys can think what
Stream's
you want,
downloaded, so we can see it anytime we
bro.
want.
Again, download it, repeat it, play it on fucking special for fucking stars. I don't care. I don't.
Maybe Logan
Daniel,
will make it a
there's
short.
nothing. Look, you want to know how fucking confident I am, Daniel?
Yeah, I do. I'd like to know.
Tell me. I don't even know. I don't even know how I could explain this. Like, I don't even know. Like
you're
what?
Talking faster than your
I
mind
don't
can
really,
keep up.
because I can't even think. What do you think you're gonna? What possible charge do you think is gonna be levied at me?
Sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment.
Yeah.
You're fucking retarded, dude. You're fucking
threatened to rape me.
retarded.
That's sexual harassment.
Not you, you
You have to
stupid
complain
fuck.
about it multiple times and tell them to stop, and then it continues on and on. There's a different threshold for harassment.
Everybody, who is this guy, Meshler?
I don't know. It's probably bubblegum.
Sandman knows who I am. Gangster Ghost knows who I am.
Huh?
What do you
Who is
want?
that?
Sandman, you know who the
Josh?
Messenger Reveals is, don't you?
It's Josh.
Messenger.
It's not Josh. What the hell are you talking
That's
about?
not Josh. I would know if that was Josh.
Why would you say that, Josh?
Basically.
I
Can you hear
recognize.
me?
I recognize
Yeah, I
the
can sort
voice,
of hear you.
but
I
Yeah.
know the voice.
I've been on the channel before. This is the Messenger Reveals. You guys
Oh
have heard
yeah,
of me.
I remember you now.
Have you? I forgot. What were
Yeah,
we
you
talking?
look.
Sandman.
Messenger, how do you feel about forced man love?
Forced,
I think that would be what, rape?
forced man love. Oh
Yeah,
damn!
that's
Oh,
called
that
rape.
didn't feel good. I gotta go to
Forced
bed.
man love Monday.
So apparently, it's considered threat of rape, which actually is a higher charge than harassment.
But
Bro,
the question
again,
the
go
question I have,
ahead, file your complaint. I'm gonna
instead of
laugh,
you
bro.
yelling, instead of you laughing, and instead of you being loud, what is the point you're trying to get to? Any of you? Like
I
you're
don't
not
have
making
a
any
point.
productive
Daniel's
conversation.
trying to intimidate me into seeking forgiveness for some fucking reason. Daniel, you can shut the
but
fuck
what's the
up.
point? But
I
what's
didn't
the
say that.
point?
Sandman and Badger said that.
Well
What
then,
is the
dude,
point? What is the end game for any of you? Like seriously, like when you're having this conversation and you're trying to be right and you're trying to be proud, what is the end game?
I'm not
The
trying to
end,
be right or
the end
proud.
game is that this
The end
man
game is
here
to get
needs to
Daniel to
stop
shut the fuck
saying.
up.
Well, yeah,
No,
I'll
no,
say
no.
whatever I
Seriously,
want,
no.
dude. I'll say whatever
I'd
I
like to
want.
answer the question because Dustin.
I don't fucking
Listen.
care.
All
Instead
right.
of if
So,
you don't
Messenger,
care,
to
why are
answer
you
your
here?
question, I would like this man to stop saying that he wants to meet up with me and fight me.
I don't
And
say that
also,
about you. I don't
and
even
also
care
the
about
weird
you, Daniel.
threats of rape need to stop.
But if you don't
I'll
care,
say
why are
whatever
you
I want,
here?
Daniel. I'm
If
gonna
you
say
don't
whatever I want.
care,
It's
if
not
you
even
don't
about
care,
him.
but no, what we're talking about is you say I don't care, so you're holding yourself to a standard. You say I don't care. If you don't care and you don't
What do
place
we got
value
going
on
on?
any of this, why are you here?
Because I'm here for Gangster Ghost.
No, no. But what I'm
This is
asking
what
I
is,
don't know if
but
Logan wants
you're
to
trying
act
to make
like this.
you're trying to make a proclamation of
Are
letting other
you
people know you don't
under the
care.
impression? Are you under the impression that I started this argument?
No, I'm under the
Okay,
impression that you're being combative with no end game in mind.
that's the point because I
That was
don't really
shit.
care. I don't know. I
But
don't
if you
know
don't
how
care,
I
then
could.
disconnect. If you don't care, if you
How can
don't,
I
if
reinforce
if
my
I'm just telling
position
you,
any
as a
more
human,
clear by saying
if
I
you
don't give a flying fuck because I didn't start this argument.
because if that
Daniel's
was
upset
true,
with me
if
because
it
he
was
thinks
true
I
that you
was
didn't
trying to
care,
say something to him.
if it
It's
if
not
it was true, you got to listen with
okay,
your
Badger.
ears. If it was true that you
That wasn't
didn't
me.
care, you
I
wouldn't
don't
be
have to
here.
listen at all. Actually, I don't
If
know. I'm
you
not,
didn't
dude.
care,
It's
I don't
if
Messenger
care,
you
that's
dude.
didn't
talking. I
You
care,
don't even
you're
know who's
fucking
talking to you.
if
retarded,
you di-
Badger. I don't
if
care
you
about
didn't,
what Daniel
It's
has to
Miss
Messenger
say.
Badger,
that's
I don't
talking to
care
you.
if
about
you
what
did,
Daniel has
Dustin,
to
you don't even
say.
if you didn't
Dustin, you
care, you
don't even
wouldn't
know
be
who's
here.
talking to you. It's
I
Messenger that's talking to you,
it's
not
This
Badger.
me.
is this is the
Oh.
messenger.
No, I don't know who the fuck because I don't have a fucking screen that
This
works
is
with this app.
this is the messenger reveals. And what I'm saying to you
Okay,
is,
dude.
if you didn't
Oh
care,
dear God. Why am I even
you would
listening to you?
disconnect.
Why am I even
Hold on.
listening to you,
Because
bro? Why
because
am
I'm a
I
One
voice
even
of
listening to
person
reason.
you?
that's not
Bro, this has
arguing with you
nothing to
right
do with
now.
you. This has
Do you have
nothing to
any
do
Dustin,
with
you're
you.
the one
do you have
person not
mental
trying to argue with
issues?
you.
Do you have disorders?
No,
Like, is that what's going
no,
on?
I have no
Then why aren't
disorders.
you
You guys have
then listen to
disorders.
me?
You're
No, no,
fucking
listen
way
to what I'm
off.
Dustin, I'm
saying.
No,
feeling
I'm not
really on the
Instead,
listening to
wall,
you.
man.
you're
You're
listening with
not
your
a
mouth.
fucking licensed professional. No, I'm not
I
listening to
am a
you.
licensed
Dustin,
I am a
Who
licensed
the fuck
counselor.
are you? Yeah,
I'm a
let
licensed
me take
counselor.
advice from a
I have a
random stranger
bachelor's degree.
online.
I have a
I
bachelor's
couldn't
degree in
care
psych,
less,
and I
bro.
have a
I
master's
couldn't care
degree in clinical
less.
mental health
Couldn't
counseling.
care
I'm licensed
less.
to
Couldn't care
diagnose you,
less.
assess you,
I
and
couldn't
perform an
care
assessment plan. If you
less.
couldn't care less, you
he
wouldn't be
literally
here.
just told you he was licensed when
If
you
you
said you're
couldn't
not a
care
mental health care
less, if
professional.
you couldn't care less, you wouldn't be here. So you're
Couldn't
lying to
care less,
yourself and to
bro.
us.
No, no, you're
You
Yes,
care
insane.
you
the
You're
could care
most.
less.
insane.
I think you
Dustin
could care a
cares the
lot
You
most
less.
need
out
to
of
go
everyone
back.
in this
You need
room
to
right
go
now.
back and visit those professors and ask for a refund, bro. You don't know what you're
Do you know
talking
Dustin
what
about.
you're
cares the
doing?
most out of
All you're
everyone in
doing
this
is
room right
spewing
now.
rhetoric. Are you really that
You
combative and
need
unhealthy?
you need
Are you
to
that
go
unhealthy?
back to your to your
Are
professors
you
and
that
ask
unhealthy?
for?
Are
Am
you
I
really
that
that
unhealthy?
unhealthy?
You,
Because
you
you
don't
listen
know
with
what
your mouth.
the.
You listen with your mouth.
You're fucking retarded, dude.
No,
You're fucking
that's what I'm not.
You're
What I'm trying
fucking
to do is present to
retarded,
you.
bro.
You say
You're
you
You're the
don't
fucking
one
care, but you're
stuttering,
retarded.
here.
stuttering right
You
now.
say you don't care, but you're here. You say you
You're
don't care, but you
retarded,
keep
bro.
being
You're
combative,
retarded,
and all
bro.
you
I
do
can
is try to
repeat you're
present some
retarded as
attacks.
many times as you can repeat that you don't care why you're
I'm not
here.
repeating anything. What I'm telling you
Yes, the
is
fuck
if
you
you
are.
didn't
You
care,
are
you
repeating
wouldn't be
yourself
here.
ad nauseum. I don't
You
care.
wouldn't be here. You're lying to
Shut
yourself.
the fuck up,
What
bro.
you're saying is incongruent with your behavior.
Daniel, I don't
Okay.
even like. I just feel
So I
bad
don't
for
know
him.
how
I
you
don't know
live with
why you
that type
don't
of
even want to
cognitive
press charges
dissonance.
against him. He's
You're living with
obviously
an
unwell.
immense amount of cognitive dissonance when you say one thing and you behave in
All right.
another incongruent way. So either you're going to be congruent with what you are, or you're just going to keep trying to be combative with everybody that you interact with. And where does that get you? Nowhere, other than
I'm not
trolling.
trying to get anywhere. Where the fuck would I?
I believe that.
What?
I
With a
believe that.
collective
That's the truest
fucking,
statement
with
you
the
made.
collective bank accounts of
That's the
everybody
truest.
here, how
That's the
far do
truest
you
statement
think
you
I'm
made.
trying to get? If I grifted
You
everybody here for every dime that they had in their pocket, how far do you think I would get?
I
What
just
the
think
fuck?
you're a
You think
sad
I'm
human
here for
being that
some
has
that
no life.
I couldn't
No,
care
I
less?
think you have
I
no
don't
life.
care what you think,
I
bro.
think you
I
don't
don't
have a
care.
positive life.
I
Yes,
couldn't
you
care
do. If
less. No,
if you
no,
didn't
don't care.
care, you wouldn't respond.
I feel
If you
like
didn't care, you
Dustin
wouldn't
does this. I
respond.
feel in control.
If you didn't care, you wouldn't respond. So you're lying to
Yeah.
yourself.
Okay, dude.
I care. I
You're
care. That's
telling
why
me
I'm
what
here and
I'm
speaking.
thinking, bro. You're
I
so
know what you're
educated. You
thinking.
know what I'm thinking. You're so
I
educated.
know
You
that
know
you're
what I'm thinking,
unhealthy.
bro.
I know that
You
you're
don't know
unhealthy. I
shit.
know you have a
You don't know
disorder. I
shit.
know that
You
You
don't.
have
Oh,
some kind
I
of
have a
disorder,
disorder.
you have
Dustin.
Diagnose me.
antisocial
Diagnose the almighty. Diagnose her.
antisocial personality disorder.
You're
You have
fucking
Antisocial
something,
personality
man.
retarded, bro.
disorder. It's
That's
clear.
just for somebody
I
you don't
You
like.
you meet all the
messenger. I
You
carry
just
criteria.
around a
lay that you
I
just
messenger
don't.
like
lay
this.
How
labels
do I
on
know?
people you don't like. That's all you do. That's
Do you know
all
what
your
labels are?
education's good for.
Do you
Yeah,
know what
I
labels
know what a
are?
label is.
You
Yeah, I know what a
don't. Have you
label
been to
is.
therapy? Have you been to therapy?
I
Do you
maybe.
have a therapist? What does your therapist say
No.
about you?
I don't care what my therapist says about me.
Then why do you go to the therapist?
I don't go to I used to go to therapy a long
I'm
time
not talking to
ago.
you. I'm
When
not
my
talking to you. I'm talking to the crazy guy.
what the fuck? I
I'm
used to
talking
go
to
to
this angry
therapy.
guy. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the angry guy who's spewing all the hate.
Mm, okay. Now you're acting incongruent.
He's
So
saying that you're not your sins. This isn't the real you, Dustin. You're sick right now. That's why you're
so is
saying the things you're saying.
You don't
so
know
does
what the fuck you're talking about,
so
dude.
And
I'm
Dustin,
Daniel,
not
just
that's why
calm
you
yeah.
don't
down.
need to stoke it by involving the law right now. You need to be praying for Dustin, not trying to
Daniel,
send
I dare you involve the
applications to
law.
him.
You're
Fuck.
right.
Who
You're right, Jess.
cares?
Dustin,
Do
here's what
it.
I'm gonna do.
So
I'm not
Dustin's
gonna
I
so
involve
don't
the
Dustin's
care
the
law.
what you're
loud
gonna
one.
I'm going to
Daniel.
pray for. I'm
Daniel,
gonna pray
I
for you.
don't fucking care
Dustin,
what you're gonna do. I don't
Okay.
care. Daniel, I
That's what
want
I'm
praying
you to
gonna
for
do.
try
somebody
and press
that's mentally
Just
ill
charges,
so
is
you
not going to
bro.
know.
help them.
So don't feel
I
worried
want
about
you to
Praying for
try
charges.
and press
somebody
Don't
who's
worry
charges
about
because
it. I'm
mentally
not
ill
doing
is
nothing
it.
not
is
going to
going
help
to
them.
happen.
Just let it go,
Shut the
Daniel.
fuck up, dude. You
You know
guys are
what's going to
insane.
happen? You know what's not going to happen is you're not going to get any help for yourself.
Help
You
for
clearly have
what?
issues,
That's
For
dude.
the real
what?
You clearly have
tragedy here.
issues.
You're clearly fucking retarded.
No, you clearly have antisocial personality disorder. It's clear in the way that you conduct yourself.
Gee.
You're
Okay,
just
buddy.
combative. You're combative.
I mean,
You're
Dustin,
aggressive.
you could be having
You're
a
Combative,
conversation
contrarian.
with
aggressive.
somebody, and just out of
I don't.
nowhere, you're screaming "F you" at them when they
Do you want me
just
to?
say some
Do you want
random
me to pull
thing
out the
to you.
diagnostic and statistic manual of
You get
mental
so
disorders?
mad.
You laughing like that does not defend you. It makes you
No,
really
I'm not
fragile.
trying to defend myself.
I get you're that. I get that you're fragile. I get that you have issues. But guess
Shut
what?
the
This isn't
fuck
how you
up,
resolve those things.
fragile.
Why would I need to?
Come on,
Why would
man.
I need
Don't
to
pick
shut
at
up?
them like that. Messenger.
Oh my god, I was
I'm
always
not
a good
picking at
laugh.
anybody. I'm telling them the truth.
I know, but you're kind of picking at that, man.
No,
Come
I'm
on.
not picking at it. I'm telling him he needs to get some help. Otherwise, this is going to continue
I
to
don't
spiral
think
out of
Dustin
control.
is fragile. I
Otherwise,
don't think Dustin's fragile. I think he's
This is
extremely reactive.
this is. What do you
It's a
think fragility
reactive
is?
thing.
What do you think fragility
So
is?
oh, you're fucking
It's mental
retarded, bro.
instability. It's mental instability. It's emotional instability. That's what fragility is. So you can
well,
pretend that it's not something that it isn't. But what he's doing is just being combative. That's not making his life better, and it's not making anybody's lives better around him. And he's like, I don't care. I want to burn the world
This
to the ground.
fucking guy over
That's what he's
here.
getting to. He's like, I
But
want
don't
to burn the world to the ground. And if he does, guess
He
what?
knows me
He's
for
already a
all of
lost
10
cause
seconds,
anyways.
and he knows my most
He's
intimate
the
thoughts,
trial.
bro.
He's
This is
the trial of the
insane.
world.
You're
Either
fucking
you're a person
insane.
who seeks trial
so that you can become a better version of yourself, or you are the trial for other people. This guy, Dustin's a trial for people.
Yeah.
Fair.
I
He's
mean, I'm
taught me a
glad
lot,
That's
that
what's
Casey.
going on.
you're so educated. You know what I'm thinking, bro.
I don't have to be
Well, he's just
clairvoyant to know
making
what
an
you're thinking.
observation.
I'm making observation based on your behavior, which tells me the internal
I
processing
don't
that's
give
going
a
on,
fuck
and then I
about
have
your
a good idea
observation.
about what's going on. I believe you can continue to say you don't care, but if you didn't care,
You
you
can
disconnect.
convince
You have an
everybody in
inability.
this room.
You
You
have
can
an
convince
inability to disconnect.
absolutely
Why do you
everybody
have an
in this
inability?
room,
Why
but
do
you're
you
not
have an inability
convincing
to disconnect?
me.
If you didn't care, you wouldn't be here. So why are you still here? You care.
Oh,
A
you're
lot.
fucking retarded, bro.
A
If
lot.
you didn't care, you would disconnect. Because if I didn't care, I would just click out and I'd be gone for the night. You have an inability to do that because you care.
Wait.
A lot. Because you're still here.
You're still here. If you don't care, you're not here. If you do care, you
You're
are
Bro,
here.
you
So
guys
when
are
you're like, I
insane.
could care
you're
less,
you're
I
you're
could
here
care
in a
I
less.
room
couldn't
with
Who are
care
you
like
trying to
less.
three
convince?
something people
Who are
that
you
you
I
trying
kind
to
of can't
honestly
convince?
couldn't
stand.
You're
care
trying to
less.
convince yourself because you're unstable and mentally
Actually, I'm
ill.
in here with one person that I actually really like, and then there's like,
You're in here with
Hey, I
five
love Logan
people
too.
saying
We
you
all
don't
love
care about what
Logan.
they think. And if people were
actually, I care
treating
about what
me
Gangster
the way
Ghost
that you're
thinks.
being treated based on your listen, he's not saying anything.
We're
He's
his
not saying
That's a
friends.
good
anything.
point.
He's
That's
allowing
probably
you to
why I
spiral.
care about what he thinks.
You're spiraling and you care about what we think. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't be here.
Bro, I don't care what you think. I
You
really
clearly do
don't.
because you're here. But you do
You're
because you're here.
insane. You're
Gangster Ghost just wants
insane.
I
everyone to
think
get
that
along,
everybody
Dustin Buck.
listening
He doesn't like
realizes I'm the
this.
least insane person here.
Gangster
I'd be
Ghost, do you
willing to
like
bet
when
money.
when everybody's arguing and yelling at each other like this?
I don't think he would
He
have
doesn't.
me on otherwise.
No, he wouldn't. He
Is that
does
the
not
case?
enjoy this. What he
Yeah.
allows is people to be themselves. Gangster Ghost allows people to be what they are and
Dude,
to
this
have
guy, like,
whatever type
the
of
next time
conversations.
the next time I need to go to the bathroom, can I call you for advice? I need to know what I'm thinking. I don't know what
Sure,
I'm thinking.
you can call me anytime.
I'm not gonna call you.
I believe that,
Why did you
but I
ask?
also believe that you care
A
because
lot.
you're
I
still here.
think you're fucking retarded.
I believe you can think what you want. I think you
Deflection.
realize that you're not in the same league, and I'm not going to play your reindeer games because
You're
all
not
you're doing
even.
is being
You're not
combative.
even in the same league. You know what's
Do
funny
you
about that?
do you see
I'm
how
a
I react to
maintenance man
you?
for
I'm
baseball
not
field.
reacting to you. I'm not reacting to you. You're clearly reacting to the things I say.
No, I think it's funny. It's fun because I work for a baseball field, bro. Are you mentioning leagues?
You work for a baseball field. Is that a inanimate object?
I think so. I don't know if
You
there's
work
a
you
ton
work for
for a
an
baseball
inanimate
field.
you work for an inanimate object.
I
You don't work for
mean, don't
people?
we all? Don't
He
we all?
I
works
don't.
at a
Don't you work for
location,
money?
right?
I
Do you
work
work
for
for
other human
money?
beings.
Do you work
I
for
work for other
money?
human beings.
Do you get
I work for
paid?
other human beings.
Do you
I
get
I work
get paid
for
a
a
paid?
lot of money.
Do
corporation.
you work
I
for
get paid a
money?
lot of money. I get paid a lot of money
Oh,
with what I do.
oh, so you work for an inanimate object?
No, most people work
No,
for
I work for
people.
human beings.
Yeah,
I
people
work for
Oh,
for
human
Yeah.
oh,
beings. I
I don't
everything
report
work.
else.
to a
oh,
human who
I don't
reports
work
to a
for the
human who
oh.
truck
reports to
that
the
I
board of
drive
You're
around
directors.
in.
retarded, bro. You're retarded.
I'm
I
not
You
don't
don't
work.
retarded.
I
actually
You
don't
do
asked
work
a
for the
question,
anything.
I
truck
answered
that
it.
At
drives
the end of
around
the
You
in.
asked a
day, at the end
question.
of the day, at the end of the day, how many pounds are moved because of the things you do?
What does that mean?
Oh, never mind, bro. Never mind. There's no explaining
Messenger,
anything to you.
Dustin shovels for a living and he's very proud of it.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm a project manager and consultant for a huge consulting firm. So I regulate and monitor $177 million projects. What do you do?
It's pretty big.
I probably
Bigger
come
than
in and
me.
solve problems for people like
I make
you.
I make a six-figure income. I live in $1 million house, so I'm financially okay. I'm
I
coming in here
couldn't
to
care
ask
less.
you, if you couldn't care less, why are you here?
That's pretty
Dude,
cool, man.
it's definitely not for you. It's
You're still
definitely
here
not for
talking to
you.
me. You're conversing with
You're the
me.
one talking to me, bro.
But
You keep
I
locking
can
me in
talk
this
to you.
conversation. You have
I keep
Makes it
cornered
talking
me
to
fun
you,
for
and you
you.
keep
specifically, zeroed
engaging
me in, and kept
because
telling
you
me
are
things
being
about me.
combative.
At
And I
what
said,
point?
you are being combative, and I asked you why. You were being
Dustin,
combative, and I
I
said,
feel like
"What
Dude,
is the
everyone
end
in
I
this
didn't
game?"
room right
start
now is
this fucking
concerned for you.
argument for the love of
Yeah,
It
but
fucking
doesn't matter who
God.
starts
I
it.
didn't threaten me with legal fucking charges. I didn't do
Well,
any of
I
that.
don't think that's a positive thing either. I don't think that threatening you with legal
I don't
charges
think
because
that was
Oh,
we're going to come to
okay.
necessary.
distribution is a
Maybe
positive thing.
maybe
You
my
But
already
at
state
the
of
same time,
mind,
but at
maybe my state of mind could be
is
brought on
unhealthy.
about a civil and an uncivil hostility
Why
from an
do you allow
individual
other people
who
to control
manifests
you?
their fucking. No, what a-
Why do you allow other people to control you?
Why do you
Why do you
allow
give them that control?
if I knew the answer to that
Daniel, do you
question,
see?
I think you'd be out of the business.
No,
Do
I
you
don't
see
think
why you
I don't
shouldn't
think
try
you
to
would.
defeat someone who actively defeats himself?
I see that I
What?
shouldn't have taken his threat seriously.
No,
Yeah, you
absolutely
shouldn't.
not. There was no
You
point to
you
it.
shouldn't
And when
try
you
to
engage
defeat
in that
someone
type
who
of stuff,
Dude,
actively
all
defeats
you're
the
doing
threat
themselves.
wasn't even directed at you, Daniel. The threat wasn't
He
even
doesn't even remember
directed
doing it. So,
at
like, what was I
you.
thinking?
No, I
He's
remember
a
what I
crazy
said, bro,
person.
and it wasn't
But
Yeah.
what
said
do
to
you guys
you.
want?
It's like
When
a
it comes
homeless
down to
person. Why
this
am I upset at him?
conversation,
You're
He's
what do
being
you guys all
jealous.
want?
You're jealous that I want to have
You
sex
want
with
to
Clay, Daniel.
you
That's
want to
the
prove that
fucking
the
bottom
unhealthy
line.
Dustin is unhealthy.
Well,
You're
that's
right.
also
But if
pretty
you're sitting
gay.
there combating with him, what's the point? What is the value in combating somebody that just wants
He
to
wants
be
to prove his
So he
combative?
can
PhD
act
has
out.
No,
value.
So he can
no,
He
act
wants
out
to
whatever
prove his
Dustin,
his
PhD
thing
has
is.
value. He thinks he can come
but
in here with his
Dustin,
PhD and be like,
what
"Oh
you're
look, I
doing,
fixed him."
you're not adding. Do you have any other platforms where you get to speak like this? Do you have any friends that you actually get to talk to on the
Yes,
phone, or is it
yes.
just
Actually,
this?
I'm all over the place, bro. I do. I do this on
Are you?
quite a few platforms.
So you troll on a bunch of different platforms because you have no other life
Well,
outside of them.
I don't go this radical sometimes. Like today was a unique situation. I got threatened with federal charges. Daniel doesn't know what he's talking
Does
about.
that make you feel good?
What
But does that make you feel good?
does
If
what
if
make me feel good? Can you
if
say? Can
Dustin
you be
wants to play the
specific when you
victim, we
say
could
that?
actually
Dustin,
Can
share
you?
the
Can you?
part
Dustin,
where
Hey,
he
does
hey,
it
says
hey,
these
make
hey,
things. I
hey,
have a
hey,
does
full
it
hey,
house.
make
hey.
you feel
When
good
you
to
say,
trigger
hey,
people?
hey, hey,
But
hey, hey, hey.
I'm
When you
I'm
say, does
clarifying.
that? Hey, hey, hey.
just don't
When
want
you
Dustin
say
to
that.
mislead people
When
here.
you say that, what do you mean? When are you talking
Does
about?
it
Does
make you
that make?
feel
What is
good
that?
to trigger
What
other
is
people's
that?
emotions in a direct way to sit there and say,
What?
"Oh,
No,
I'm going to sue you. I'm going to file charges against you." And then you go,
I
"Oh,
didn't do
go ahead
that.
and go for it." You're the one that's going, "Go ahead and go for it. I know you
You
have no
did.
legal basis. Go ahead
Hmm.
and try to serve me, blah blah
He
fucking blah.
doesn't.
I feel I'm righteous." I know, but it seems like you just need to be right
Dustin
about
just wants
something.
to know how
I
much
have a
Daniel
feeling
cares about
I have a
him.
feeling, Dustin, that you're so wrong in your life that you're just looking for these little one-offs to make you feel like you're right about something. Is that true?
I mean, you're getting closer to the mark, but I don't think you're quite there yet.
Well, guess what? We're not in fucking therapy for 2 hours one-on-one. We're in a fucking conversation with six people, and I'm trying to help you.
I don't think you are.
I didn't
I'll
say I
give him.
was helping you.
I don't
I didn't
think
say I
you
was
are.
helping you. I said
I
I'm
don't think
It
you
trying
takes two to
to
are.
help you.
tango, man.
It's a two-way street. It's a two-way
I'm
street. If
not.
you don't
I
want
don't
help,
want your help. I'm not asking
but
you for
that's why
anything.
you will
It's
continue to
unsolicited.
suffer.
Actually, you know what? I
That's why
think
you will
that
continue to suffer.
no, you
That
know
is why you'll
something? I
continue to
think that
suffer in life.
actually is a crime. What's your license
That's
number?
why
I'm
you,
gonna
that's why
file.
you,
I'm gonna file. No,
that's,
hey, I'm gonna
I'm
file
not
an
your
ethics
therapist.
complaint on you. Hey,
Go
you
ahead.
you're trying to be. I'll file an ethics
I'm not
complaint.
trying to
We'll
be
get
your,
your license
I'm
pulled.
not
Yeah,
attempting
and the
to
guy
be
I'll
named
your
pull your
Messenger.
ass
therapist.
into
I'm
court.
giving you
More
You think?
advice.
examples of how
Hey,
much Dustin
I'm
hey,
cares.
giving you
I
advice.
will too. You're trying.
Counselors
You're
don't give
offering
advice.
unsolicited. You're offering unsolicited advice. I'm not asking you for a
I
fucking
can
thing,
get,
bro. I will
I'm
have
allowed to
your
give you advice
license.
because I'm a human being.
No,
I'm
Yeah,
no,
he's
allowed to
no.
allowed
give
to
you
I'm
do that.
afraid
advice.
It's
not.
freedom of
I'm not
speech.
I'm
acting.
afraid not.
Did you
No,
enter into
I'm
therapy
afraid
with me?
not.
Can
Did
we
you
like
enter into
No,
therapy with me?
get away from the Dustin
no,
Then
Buck
there's
show
nothing to
now? Can
follow.
we like move on to something
You're
else?
spiraling down. So what I'm thinking is
bro.
you should
I
either
think I'm gonna.
leave,
I'm gonna. I
you
need
should
your
be
license
booted,
number.
because
I need
it
your
doesn't matter
license
what
number,
you
bro.
want. You
I
can
need your
want all
license
you
number.
want.
I'm gonna file a complaint
I
now.
believe you need.
An ethics
You have a
complaint.
deep
Where's
need for
your
a
Isn't this
license.
exactly
where's
what
your
you were just
hey,
complaining that I did
where's
to
your
you?
jurisdiction? Where's your
You were just calling
jurisdiction at,
yourself a
bro?
victim
This
because
has
you're
nothing to
like,
do with jurisdiction. I'm giving you an opinion that you value
you do the
This
clearly.
same
is
thing.
different, Daniel. I actually can do something here. He
Yeah, but
knows
you
it
can't do
too.
actually
That's
anything.
why
threatened
he
me.
wants me
You
You
kicked.
can
can't do
share.
anything.
He knows
You
it
can't.
too. That's why he
You
wants me
can't
kicked.
file. You can't file
Oh, I
anything no
can't?
different than
I
they can file
can't.
a lawsuit against
I
you. No,
can't.
you can't.
You said
No,
I
you
can't.
can't. There's
Oh,
nothing you
okay.
can do about it. There's
Are you
nothing
sure?
you can do about my
What are
advice.
you sure?
100%.
Are you sure?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
What do you think
Nothing
is
What's your
more
you can
likely
license
do.
that I
number?
could get something done because he actually threatened me? I have
Bro,
it
There's
recorded. I
I'm
can show it
nothing
referring
right
you
now.
you
to.
can
Go
do.
ahead,
The
Daniel.
fact that you're
What I
giving him
said was
advice
free
right now.
There's
speech.
nothing you could do.
Can you
What I'm saying
imagine
is free
the
speech.
man who threatened to rape somebody then complains that some guy
It's
tried to give him
hilarious.
advice?
Does this seem hypocritical to anybody but me?
It's extremely hypocritical. It's insanely hypocritical. I don't know what Dustin's thinking. Look in a mirror, man. Do you have any
He has
self-awareness?
He has an
I have plenty.
inability to see things for what they are. He's attempting to do the same thing to me that he was accusing that the other guy couldn't
That
do
I
to
was
him.
doing. Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
No,
But
I
that
really
makes
couldn't
him.
care less,
That makes
He's like,
Daniel.
this guy threatened me with illegal action.
The
How
difference,
dare
the
he threaten
difference
me with
is
illegal
incongruent.
action?
actually it wouldn't be illegal
Insanely
action. It would
incongruent.
be it wouldn't
It's
be legal.
insanely
It would be.
incongruent. He's like, "What's your license number? I'm going to
I
file
want
a
your license
complaint."
number. Yeah,
You can want all
yeah,
you
with
want.
your
That's the
Yeah, he doesn't
biggest
have
supervisor.
to
thing
tell
about
you
the
anything.
internet.
Aaron,
I don't
Dustin's
have a
being a Karen.
supervisor. I don't have a supervisor in the
Oh, you
beginning
own
of
your
our
own
world.
corporation?
I just
That's
told
even
you.
better.
I just
That's
told
even
you I
better.
told you I work
I
for a
can
design and
attach all
consulting
your
company.
property to it.
You can't attach anything to my property,
Yeah,
to who I am as a
yeah.
human being.
What a
You have
garbage fire.
nothing
Lord have mercy.
except for accusations and assertions. That's it.
I mean, in some cases, that's all I need.
There's no. Then go with that. Why don't you go run off to a lawyer and see what they think?
Yeah, go call up your
No,
lawyer.
I've learned my lessons with that. I don't trust lawyers.
You have
I
the
have better
inability to
results
do
on my
anything
own.
lawfully if you don't have a
Bro,
lawyer
I
because you're
have a
full of
check.
shit.
I'll show you a check. I sued the city of Everett and won, bro. I have a check. When they rule in
That's
your favor,
amazing.
that means you won, right?
What did you
Yeah,
win? What
I
did you win and
won.
why?
I won a
How much
lawsuit, bro.
you
I
win?
have another
How
one.
much did
What
you
I have
win?
another
lawsuit?
one I'm
What
filing.
Did you
lawsuit?
get?
You want to
What
listen?
was the
Do you want to
lawsuit?
listen?
Yes.
I have another I'm filing against Seattle. Like you don't know, bro. You really
What's
don't
the one you
know.
won? What's the
So
one you
you
won?
like
Tell
The one
to.
us.
I won
This is what you
when
like
the
to do.
police.
I get it now. I see why this hurt you so bad. Okay.
Hey, Dustin. So
Are you like that guy on the side of the road that
you're
goes, "I know
suing
my
Seattle.
rights.
You're
I
suing
know my
Seattle, and you're
rights."
suing all these places, and then at the same time you're threatening to like rape people and like do crimes and stuff. And you think
Dude,
like
you don't
It's
know
never
what
going to
you're
catch up with
talking
you.
about.
It's
You
going to catch
don't
up
know
with
what
you.
you're talking
I'm
about,
not going to
Daniel.
file
I'm
charges, but
waiting
somebody will
for
one
it.
day.
what
I'm
is
waiting
the
for
Sun
it,
Tzu
bro.
thing? What is
You're
it?
so
What does it say in
unhealthy. You're
Sun
only
Tzu?
going to
It says,
attract
"Don't interrupt
miserable stuff in your life.
enemy when he's making a mistake."
Bro, I'm not looking to you for any kind of advice, Mon. If I
Badger,
wanted
I don't
you're
think
advice,
you're,
spiraling.
if I
Dustin, I
wanted
don't think
advice,
you look to
whatever.
anyone
If
for
I
any
couldn't
kind of
give a
It doesn't
advice.
flying
matter if
I
you
fuck,
don't
want
think
dude.
it.
you have.
It doesn't
I
matter
don't
Badger,
if you
think
if
you
want
have
I
it. I'm
wanted
telling
anyone
you.
who you look
advice
up to.
This
on
is the
how to
Badger.
fucking, dude, if I wanted advice, I'd fucking find somebody on the street before I'd come to any of you.
If you didn't want advice, you wouldn't be here
Yet
because you're
here
going to
you
get it.
are.
You're going to get
Dude, I don't
unsolicited
even
advice.
care about.
This is Dustin right now.
If you didn't care, you
I
wouldn't
don't
be here.
even care
You're
about the
lying to
subject
yourself.
that. Dear Lord
You're
in heaven,
lying to
dude,
You're
you
going
yourself.
to
won't
have to
let me.
listen to us because there's 4 guys going to give you advice because you've been so wacky
You're
lately,
lying
You
to
man.
guys are
yourself.
not
You have
giving
some
me
serious.
advice.
You have some serious
As
mental
long as you're on this
illness.
stream, you're going to get some advice.
You should
Logan,
seek
can
a
you please tell
therapist,
your friend to
get
stop
some
being such a crazy
medication,
little
and
guy?
take care of
Bro,
yourself.
when's the last time somebody
Seek
hopped
a
in your car and
therapist.
stole it while you were in there?
Seek a
When's the last
therapist.
time that's
Get
happened to
some
you? Hey,
medication
asshole!
and follow a
Asshole!
treatment plan.
Asshole!
I'm not an
When's the last
asshole.
time you were in a
Justin,
yes,
I
you are.
literally
thing
said,
When's the
"I'm
last
sorry that
time you
happened
were
to
in
you,
a
man."
car and somebody stole it? When's the last time that's
Never.
happened to you? Hey, how
Because I would
about this?
shoot
A
them.
while back.
When's the last time you've been shot in
If
the
a guy
stomach?
hop in my car, I will shoot him with my 9mm in the fucking head.
I don't carry a gun.
I
That
do.
tells me what
That's
kind
why
of a
I'm
nobody
glad
hops
person
in
you
you
my
are.
don't.
car. That's
I
why
do.
nobody hops in my car. Because I will pop a cap in their fucking head
I
if they
always
hop
got
in
a
my
toolie
car.
on me, Dustin.
So
And I know
again,
you're not
stop
actually
That
showing
just
up,
listening to
so don't
tells
worry
me
about
hypothetical.
it.
you're a bitch.
seek therapy, talk about
Suck
diagnosis,
my
get some
cock
medication so you
and
can heal
kiss
and do
my
better.
ass. I'll pick a spot and shave it for you. Shut the fuck up, bro. You're not giving me
You're really
advice. I'm
struggling,
not
aren't you?
listening to you.
I'm
No,
sure
I'm
you're not
really
listening to
not.
me. But
I'm
I'm telling
not
you the truth.
listening to
I
you.
was just
I'm
hoping you'd
telling
come
you
and
Yeah,
hang
I'm
out
because
not
with
this
me,
is what
listening.
you
Joe.
need. You need this because you're really struggling. You're not going to attract anything positive in your life the way that you behave with other people. You
So
will
how can I
attract
find a nice
nothing
woman like
positive
this?
if you
Shut
don't
the
change how
fuck up,
you behave.
bro. Shut
You
the
won't,
fuck up,
you won't have a
bro.
partner. You won't have many
You're one to
friends, and you're
talk,
going to be very
Daniel.
alone.
Matter of fact, I get laid on the regular, but that's besides the point.
Oh yeah,
Getting
do you
laid
with men?
is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having healthy relationships with other human beings doesn't occur with what Badger's
Bro,
doing. He has to
bro, can
change what's
you
going on inside him.
give me one example of a healthy relationship, Mr. Therapist?
Absolutely. It's two people that have a desire to meet each other's mutually emotional needs within.
That's an example, or that's a prescription for a good relationship?
It's not a prescription, it's an example. That's what healthy people do. The
No,
problem
because
is
you didn't
most people don't
describe
do those
anything.
things. Most
You,
most
you
human
you
beings
you
want
laid
to
out a
receive from
prescription.
other people.
You
No,
didn't
it's not a
describe
prescription.
anything. You laid out a
I'm not going to get
prescription
into
for
your
a healthy relationship.
philosophical talks because you don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck you're talking
but
about.
you want to
You're a
help me though.
contrarian
You
human
want to
being.
help me though.
I'm telling you what you need to get help.
I'm not
I
interested
actually
in what you're
what
telling
I
me. What
want
I
what
need.
I want
You know
what
what
I
you
want is
need?
you to leave the
You need a nice
conversation
tall
because I
glass to
think that
shut
you
the
add
fuck up.
zero
That's what you
value.
need.
You add
A tall glass
zero
to
value
shut
to
the
this.
fuck up.
You add
If
zero
nobody
value.
cares, your opinion is less than
But you
solicited.
think they care about yours? You think they care about yours?
Apparently, everybody's asking me questions.
No, they're not asking you questions. They're painting you into
Yeah,
a
the fuck
corner
they
saying
are.
they're painting you into a
Are you
corner of
sure you don't need a
obscurity.
therapist?
You're absurd, and what you say is
Okay.
obscure to the
And
point. You do,
and
you're not adding any
and
value. You add zero
who
value.
fucking
What I've shared
cares?
with this
You know
group,
what?
what
I
I've
think
shared
the
with this
person that
group
really
is
does
added
care is
value to
you,
them.
bro.
What
You're the one
I've
who
shared
won't
adds
leave.
value.
You're the one that
What I
actually
share
cares.
adds value. I do care.
What?
I have
Oh,
no
you're
problem
gonna pop
caring.
a cap in somebody's head? That added a lot
No,
of value.
I said if somebody hops
I
in my
said, I said, I
car,
said, I said, I said, I
if
said. Shut the fuck
somebody
up,
hops in my
dude.
car,
Shut
I'm
the
going to
fuck
pop a cap
up.
in their ass. You can't
Yeah.
make me
Oh,
shut
that's a
up.
lot
That's
of
the cool thing
value. That's
because I don't
many
place
value.
importance on what you think in value.
Instant
The issue
value
is
jutsu.
I add value to the
Instant
people in this
value
conversation
jutsu.
because they realize I painted you into a corner of obscurity. That's where you're at right now.
Bro,
Okay, I have a quick
What
you're
you
question.
fucking,
What is
say
this still
all
going
makes
your
on?
no
power
sense,
is
has
fucking
no
pathetic,
value.
bro. All you can do is yicky yak with all your fucking
That's all I've
PhDs
done.
in
You
education. Yeah,
you
That's a good
shit.
think that I'm
point.
the
You
Yeah, what
haven't
is the
fucking
smartest?
point? I'm
affected
listening to
You're
shit.
sports right
What
now.
happened to
you're
getting rid of
spiraling
profanity
out
on
of
the stream?
control.
Can we just
You're
kick Dustin out?
spiraling out of control,
Yeah, I
Badger.
vote kicks Dustin.
I mean, like, how we're gonna have a conversation with him doing this for like a straight hour?
Dude, I didn't bring up the
It
subject.
doesn't
You
matter,
did.
man. You can't chill out.
You're spiraling out of control. You have an
No, I mean you
inability to
shouldn't
be
end the
calm.
show. You just kick Dustin out.
Yeah, just kick Dustin out so we can have a conversation.
You have
Yeah,
an
but
inability to control
Logan
yourself.
knows that Dustin will be angry at him if he does that. So
Who cares if
we'll
Dustin's angry?
just
Why would we
Who
care
because
if
cares if
Dustin's
you're
angry?
angry? Who
I'm not
Logan
cares if
does
angry
you
at
not
want
all.
me to
like him
leave?
being upset at him.
Why don't you
I'm saying
leave?
you add zero value to this conversation.
Who cares?
Zero.
Then
Like it's
change
zero.
subject. Maybe I
It's
could have
it's
value
not
if you
even an
change
ounce.
subject.
I don't believe you have the ability to do so.
Well, I guess that's a fucking problem of your inability to believe something
I
outside of
think
your fucking
everybody
knowledge.
agrees with that.
I don't
I
know,
think
bro.
everybody in
Who
here agrees
cares?
with that.
Well, I haven't been kicked yet.
Well, because you have somebody who
Blah, blah,
you're
blah,
playing
blah,
on his
blah.
heartstrings, like, oh, poor you.
Bro,
You can
dude,
sit there
I'm
and try
not
to make fun
playing
of
on
me. I
anybody's
don't care.
heartstrings. I
Yes, you
don't
do.
do
You're
that,
playing the
dude.
victim.
No.
You play the
We're all
victim.
friends with Logan, and you say you care so
You're
much
all
about
fucking
him, but
retards is what
fighting
you
with
are.
all his friends
You're
and
fucking
cussing on his
retards.
channel.
Why are
You
you on
don't
this stream?
respect
Go troll
Logan's
somewhere else.
channel.
Go troll
You
Dude,
don't
somewhere else.
I
respect
didn't
Logan's
bring up
space.
the subject of
You're a troll.
conversation.
That's not what
I
I'm
didn't
You're just a
talking
attack
about. You
troll.
anybody
cussing
with
every 5
federal
seconds.
charges. I didn't
You're
try
just
to
a troll.
manipulate me. No, I'm
You're
not.
just a
I'm
troll.
really
Yes,
not.
you are.
No,
Listen,
I'm not.
What are you doing that
I
adds value
admonished
here?
Daniel for that already, and he said he was sorry.
I don't fucking
Yeah.
care, dude. Look, like I
You don't
said,
care about
I
anything and
don't
stop cussing
And
at
care.
Dustin,
him.
I'll
I
say to
want
you,
Does
Daniel
anybody
to
want to
try.
admonish
I
me?
don't
I
care, Daniel.
apologize, Dustin. I
I
apologize for
don't
getting
care,
getting you
dude.
so upset because clearly, I
Who
shouldn't have
wants
done
to
that.
admonish me? Somebody admonish me. I'm welcoming admonishment.
Because I said things and I knew it would get you upset, and I shouldn't have done that.
I didn't
That's
start this
humility.
conversation. Look,
I appreciate
dude,
the
I don't
humility.
have anything to apologize. except for defending myself, you guys can eat a frosty fuck. I don't care. Change the subject. Let's go to a different thing. Like, I'm not.
You've literally just been like telling people to suck your like for the
So
last hour, like,
what?
and then we're just gonna go talk about something else now.
Oh fuck, you're a baby, dude. I don't care. If you can't handle it, yeah, change subject. GG,
And
pick
that's
something.
not how normal, sociable people act, Dustin.
Who cares? I don't care about your normal sociable
Then why are you
bullshit, dude.
here?
I don't care.
Why are you
Why am
here
I
if you
here?
don't
I'm
care?
here for Gangster Ghost.
Yeah, but
What do
then
you
why
think
do you
you're adding
swear on
value
his
in his life
stream?
for?
Yeah, why do you get everyone upset? You know he doesn't like that.
Dude, you
What
just admitted to trying to
Dustin,
bait
what
me into
value are you
saying
at?
things.
Yeah,
Dustin,
and
what
I
value are you
apologize
adding to
for it.
Yeah,
Gangster
and you shouldn't
Ghost?
do that.
Dude, I don't
Because Dan,
care
first of
about
all,
your
Daniel,
remedial
Daniel, you
assessment of
know,
my value to any conversation. It's not of
I
any
asked what you believe your
mutual.
value is. I asked what
I
you
don't
believe your
like if
value
care.
I
is.
went,
I'm
well,
not
the
going to
thing
answer to
is
you.
like if I went outside and tried to
Oh, so you're so
bait some
fragile that you
local
can't
crazy
answer to me
homeless guy into doing
No, I'm
something,
just
he'd
not
probably
going
do
to.
something. It's more my fault than
because
his.
you can't.
Badger, I'm sorry. Say that again.
I was talking to Daniel.
Okay. I thought you were talking to me.
He's talking about you.
Probably.
No, I was saying you have
Be
no
the topic of
self-control. I was saying you have no self-control, and Daniel shouldn't be picking at you like that.
Badger, you don't know me well enough to say that. You really don't. You people don't
I
know me
do.
well enough to make.
I know
You
you.
don't. You know.
I can
You
see your
don't.
behavior,
I have
and
enough
I can
experience
assess.
with
I
you.
can assess what's going on the inside.
Your remedial
I'm trained
assessment
to do
needs
so.
shit.
I'm
Your
Dustin, the
trained to
remedial
second I
do
popped
so.
assessment
on
needs
here,
shit.
Daniel wasn't
I'm.
even.
Look how
Dustin,
you react.
popped
Look how
in
you
here,
react when you feel vulnerable.
the second I popped in here, Dustin was already screaming, and Daniel wasn't even in the room yet. Like he's
And
screaming at everybody, dude.
and
Why?
Stop
Like, what's
screaming.
the point?
I don't know what the fuck. What difference?
Is that like how
What,
you grew up?
dude?
Is everyone just screaming at each other all the time?
I mean, yeah, I guess. Maybe.
Do you realize
What do you mean?
that's not normal?
Well, it seemed pretty normal to me.
But it's not, man, and you shouldn't have had to deal with growing up in that.
Bro, dude, I'm not asking you for anything, Badger. Right? I'm not asking you for a thing. Stop
Well,
trying to
Well, you have
psychoanalyze
to
me, bro.
no, it's not a
No,
matter of
I
trying to
don't have to do
psychoanalyze you,
anything.
but
Listen
the
to
way
me.
you
The
act,
only
the
two
people in
things
this
on this
space have
planet
to
I have
deal
to
with it.
do is be white and die. That's it. Those are the only two things on this planet I have to do. I have to maintain my
Messenger.
color, and one day I will die. That's it. If I stuck
Can
my
I,
thumb up my ass until the day I die, that doesn't mean I had to do it.
hey, Dustin, can I get a word in here or what?
I don't care. Get a word in.
But you got to be quiet to get a word in. I mean, I've
I
been
mean, are you
patient
talking
for
to
like a half
me?
hour.
Then say
Well,
something.
I had to stick cotton in my ears because of the screaming for the last hour,
Who
45 minutes.
cares? Quit bitching at me.
I wanted to ask something to Messenger. Messenger. What were we talking about the last time? I know we.
You and I were having a theological discussion, but we never really got, too much into that because I was asking questions about your theology, and then it kind of got interrupted with a bunch of different people attacking your Eastern Orthodox, viewpoints.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty common.
That does
I mean,
happen a lot.
I don't think that can happen now. There's just too many people with different dynamics, but I would love to talk with
There's
you
3
sometime in the
Orthodox in
future.
here. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Eastern Orthodox.
I'm Eastern Orthodox, yeah. I'm OCA, Jess is Antiochian, and Sandman, what are you?
I'm like non-denom,
Non-diocese Orthodox, yeah.
Sandman, did you say you're
He's the super
non-dom?
Orthodox. He's more Orthodox than the diocese.
Some people are more Orthodox than others.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, Dustin Buck is a gift from God because it really puts things in perspective sometimes. Whew.
Yeah. So that $1 million house, did that double in 2 years, like right after COVID?
No, when we bought it, I think it was right around 780, and now it's over a mil.
Yeah, mine almost
Wow.
doubled in like 3
Well,
years.
you're
But
an
I've only, but I've
Anistan,
only,
though.
but I've only been here for about 3 years. So
Okay, okay.
Did you put any construction like additions onto the house to like
probably
account for
we, I
that
think
big of a jump?
we put in about
There's a bubble.
67 in the backyard.
Mm,
Nice.
nice.
Do you have a pool?
I have a pool, and then we
Do you
built
have a hot
in.
tub next to the pool?
No,
Jess has a hot tub, so he's
I
really
have
the
a
one
hot tub.
percenter. Yeah.
no, but
No,
I have a
it's
heated pool, a heated fire
it's
pit,
an
and a
inflatable
heated
hot tub.
barbecue and griddle with natural gas. That's what I funneled into the backyard.
A
That sounds
griddle? You
sweet.
put a griddle in? Nice.
I have a blaze griddle and a blaze like
You know how when someone's
barbecue.
really balling is when they have like a giant clay pizza oven by their pool.
Yeah, that's something
I
I
don't
want.
think so, because we talked about doing that on the bar, and it was just not worth it, so we
Yeah.
didn't.
No, you could buy the little pizza.
I would. I know those suck though. Like what I would. You know what I really want is like a coal fire pizza oven. That would be fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. That would be
Mhm.
good.
You can
But
also
no,
build one out, and like they do in the old country,
Mhm.
and you can cook breads in there. You can do whatever you want.
yeah, there's just not space because we chose the fire pit area to be what it was, and that kind of took up that back corner, and then we got the pool in the other corner, and it doesn't fit into the landscape of our backyard. So it was just something that we decided not to do.
That's great. I mean,
Well,
Kitty
everybody,
mama.
Kitty Mama's here.
who's
All right.
kidding? Mama?
Hello, guys.
Hello, kitty.
Can you
Mama.
hear me?
You boy.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Who art thou?
Who are thou?
You haven't. Have you been around here before?
I
haven't
came
seen you around.
from Mod and Sea Science
We miss
originally.
her.
You came from
Oh.
We
Mod
miss
and
Maud.
Seaside.
Yes, I
Mod is sweet.
definitely miss Mod.
I
Mod
love
is
Mod.
very sweet.
Yeah. I haven't heard from her in a minute.
She's been going on and off of YouTube.
No.
I'm in her Discord, but I
Yeah.
haven't heard from her in a bit.
Yeah, I actually just messaged her on her Discord and reached out to her and was hoping that
I messaged her like 2 or 3 days ago, and I haven't heard back yet.
Hope she's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she cut out.
Oh,
So what's wrong with Stephanie? Is she just going through a funk?
I forgot that that's her name.
It is.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that name.
It's a good name.
She's definitely gone through a few of those moments from things she shared.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's to be
Yep,
human.
I lost you guys for a minute there.
You're fine.
Yeah, you said you just messaged Missing Mod. Like, how's she doing?
I haven't heard back from her yet, so I'm hoping that I'll hear back from her.
Kitty Mama, I messaged her 3 days ago, and I haven't heard back yet on Discord.
When people disconnect from the internet, though, they're just not going to be on their email, not on their DMs, not on their YouTube. So don't always think the worst.
Yeah,
sometimes people are just
I
disconnecting.
know she's
from
been
the
going
internet.
through a bit,
Well,
so.
She asked me if
And I know
would
what they
hang
like
out with her.
because I know I've been going through my own personal my life. That's kind of why I've been on.
Yeah.
Because
So you said you wanted to
I
share
just
something,
wanted to
Kitty Mama?
say, this year I've gone through my own hell. And back in May, like I said, I've been in a coma. And when I came out of my coma, I was in a mental institution. So
I'm sorry.
as many, I
What
have
was the coma
my own
start
mental
from?
health problems. And it can be
What
so
was-
hard.
what was your coma
And
resulting
I
in?
just wanted to reach out. So basically, I almost lost my mental health battle. And it actually happened. I know C Science doesn't like me talking about it, but it actually happened at C Science Place. He and his literally saved my life. And when I came, I should have never been put in the coma. basically the hospital is literally being sued for putting me in it because they overdosed me, as we
It was
just recently
chemically
found
induced.
out, on ketamine. They chemically induced me. They overdosed me on
They
ketamine
chemically
in the
up.
end.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
You're
Like,
lucky you
they
didn't
put
get
me on
locked-in
so many
syndrome.
different things.
Yeah.
They put me on so many different things that in the end they put me on ketamine and overdid it and stopped my breathing and had to put me in a coma. And as it
You
was,
were
I was already in
that heavily
sepsis and did
medicated?
not know it. And so they tried to tell my parents and my friends that it was because of sepsis. And when I came out, they kept giving us a million and one different reasons as to why I was put in the coma. I was put in an 80 plus hour coma on a fentanyl drip of 0.1 milligrams a day. Any more than that would have killed me. As it was, they killed me and brought me back at least 5 times, we later found out. I was
So if
never
they're giving you
given any type
fentanyl,
of therapy when I came out, and just thrown in basically a behavioral ward, not even a mental ward. It was a behavioral ward where they just throw everybody together: men, women, drug addicts, mental health, people that are acting up in jail that they can't take care of, people
I
that
mean, we
are
have a
from,
PhD licensed medical doctor here on the
Dustin, can you
panel.
not interrupt her?
they don't even have
Daniel,
somebody like that there. And basically, you are treated worse than they treat people in jail. You are treated literally like you are cattle. Technically, they are not allowed to have actual cops come in there. When I was in there, they had literal cops coming in there. They did not have my medical charts right. I was being held down, given medications that I was allergic to, that have literally now caused me to have rolling seizures, both awake and grand mal, to the point where I have literally hurt myself because I live alone with my service cat. That's why I was literally put in sea science care for a couple months until we had a falling out. And basically, it was literal hell because they just messed my brain up so bad. I lost a lot of my memory. I was having delusions because of medications they were putting me on. Basically, complete distrust of doctors now because of what they did. But I could see from just, well, not see, but hear listening, that you are going through right now a very rough time. And there is some mental thing going on with you, hon. And you do need to seek some mental help. I'm not trying to be mean when I say that, but you need to listen to the other people that were trying to reach out to you, because there is something going on.
you're insane too.
I'm not trying to be mean because, sweetie, I've got my own problems and I have had the hardest time trying to admit that. It's been hell for me to admit it. I have had people tell me to my face I'm psycho. On Maud's last podcast, when she said that thing about being crazy, and I came on there and said literally that I have been called HQ Harley Quinn and said that I'm psycho, that is literally because that is what people have told me. Because I can snap a switch from being the sweetest little thing to psycho in seconds.
Okay, I'm done
So I
being
can recognize
psychoanalyzed.
that. You're not being psycho,
You,
but
yeah, you're
you are
psychoanalyzing me.
showing signs
I'm not
that
showing
there is
anything.
something going on.
You don't know
and
what you're
that
talking
you
about.
need to reach out to somebody and get help.
I'm not
It's
reaching out
interesting
to
how you've
anybody.
told about 5 or 6 different people that don't know what they're talking about. We're all telling you the same thing.
And Kitty
Oh,
Mom, that takes a lot of courage to share your story. And I'm so sorry what happened to you. I know that doesn't mean anything, but I
No, that does mean it means a lot.
Yeah,
It means a
we're
lot.
really sorry. And I went through something when I was a teen that was really bad. Not that bad, but really bad. So I'm sorry to hear that happen to you.
And when you talked about your car thing, I've been there. I had somebody hold me up at gunpoint and also with a knife. And one game we played the Lakers and that's scary. That's a scary thing to go through.
have you ever been shot?
I've been shot at
I've been shot.
with literal kids in my arms that I had to literally drop them to the floor. I've been shot at more than once, but I've never actually been shot. Well,
Oh,
shot with a
that's
BB
freaking
gun, but not an actual gun. And I've literally stood in front of a gun while pregnant that was pointed at my ex-husband and my best friend at the time and told them to shoot me.
Okay, I'm so over being psychoanalyzed. I like again, and I think this bears repeating for anybody who is listening. I don't care what you think.
I've been where you've been. I've been where you've been, and I've told people to not psychoanalyze me. I sat there to see Science's face last year saying that. Even recently, screaming at C Science, don't psychoanalyze me. And recently had to apologize to him, telling him, I'm sorry,
I'm not
because he was
apologizing
right.
for anything. I
And you
don't.
don't
I make
have
no
to. You don't
apologies.
have to right now.
No one's asking you to, man. We're just concerned.
Yeah, we're not asking you. We're just asking you to get
Dude,
help
Badger,
eventually.
you know
Dustin,
me.
if you hate people caring about you so much, you wouldn't actually be here. You kind of need this.
You know me
And that's
as well as anybody could know a freaking telephone screen, dude. You don't know me. You don't know what I need. Not a single one of you know a single thing about me beyond what I tell you.
I
Right?
know you were made in the image of Christ.
And I'm pretty sure at some point or another I've said that to you, Daniel, but it doesn't matter. That's not the freaking point. Okay? You guys, if I was to take advice from any one of you or a combination of you, my life would take a funny turn in so many different directions because you don't know where I am with things. You don't know what situations are coming next. Okay? Do me a favor. Stop trying to psychoanalyze me because there's well more going on in my life than the paltry,
That would be
small,
like us
infinite.
asking you to behave.
You know what? None of us knows what's going to happen
No.
to any of us.
Well,
None of
then
us
do
knows
me a
what's going to
favor.
happen tomorrow.
Stop pretending like you can help me because you can't even really help yourselves.
I'm completely helped, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Christ heals me.
Well,
actively.
you guys are insane.
I'm
Look,
not insane,
I believe
and I'm
I
not
believe if
mentally
it
ill.
wasn't for intervention, look, if there's anybody here who isn't walking proof of God's intervention in many different cases in their life, I probably think my freaking repertoire would double anyone here, probably triple in most cases. I've been in more dangerous situations than anyone here could possibly even imagine.
How
So
could
Okay?
you know that?
you
How
know
could you
us
know
better
that?
than
You
we
want
know
to know
you, is
how
what
I
you're
know?
saying.
How many people here have ever kicked in a front door and did a home style invasion with a shotgun? How many people made
Did
that
you
their
do that?
career?
Did you
Yes,
do that?
multiple times.
Okay.
Multiple freaking times. The statute of limitations is passed. I don't care.
Gotcha.
I've been in more danger in one lifetime than any
You
of
mean
you will
it
live
sounds like
probably in
it
two.
sounds like you've created more danger
Yeah,
because of the
that's
unhealthiness that lives within you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, dear Lord in heaven, if
You
you had,
chose to rob people.
You're just
did
feeding
I
into the
choose, Daniel?
antisocial
Is
thing
that
that
what
Messenger is
happened? Were
talking
you
about.
there?
Yeah.
Do you know? Do you
You
know how I
literally are
was in?
confirming.
No,
What
yeah,
made you
I'm
the way
not
you are then?
confirming.
You're
You
confirming
don't
the
know. You
antisocial
don't
stuff.
know what you're talking about. I am not antisocial. I have a steady job. I have a
You have
long list of
operant defiant
actual
disorder
friends.
and you have antisocial personality
And
disorder.
why aren't
Those
you
two
with
things
them
seem
right
very
now?
prevalent.
And you have an
If you have
overeagerness to
actual
try and
friends, why
flex
aren't
your
you talking to
so-called
them now?
PhD.
No, I don't have a PhD. I have a master's degree. There's a difference.
I talk to P-Town often, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone in
But
here
but
has a
but the
PhD.
oppositional defiant disorder prevalent. The
OPD
Mhm.
antisocial
or
personality disorder, those symptoms of how you're displaying yourself are prevalent. Be in how you
Dude,
engage with the group and how you
you
become
see,
defensive when people
you
make
see
criticisms. If you're a
only
healthy
and
person, you
exactly
welcome criticisms.
what I
If
want
you're
you
a
to see,
healthy
bro.
person, you
You see
welcome
only
criticisms.
and exactly what I want you to see. That's it. You
Well, then
don't
why do
see
you want me to
anything else.
see you as antisocial? Why do you want me to see you as
Because
oppositional
because
defiant disorder?
again, because you are
Why?
somebody I don't know and don't care
But why
about
do you
your
want me to
opinion.
see that? Why do you want me to see
So you
those
just
things?
actively try
I
to
don't.
bait
Did I
a bunch
not
of
just
people you
answer your
don't know
question?
into thinking you're
You didn't.
something
No, you
you
didn't.
aren't?
No,
You
I
said
don't.
I
I
only
don't.
see what you
yeah, I
want me
don't
to
buy it.
see.
I
You
think he
said I
actually
only
is
see
saying
what you
that.
want me
Bro,
to see, and I said, why would you want me to see
okay.
those things?
Can you stop and let me answer a question? If you're asking me a
You're
million
not answering the
questions a
question.
second, I'm trying to.
Why would you want me to see you as something unhealthy?
I don't care. Right? That's not. That's. I
If you
don't care
didn't
what
care,
you
you
see.
wouldn't be here. So
Look,
you can't say
listen,
that
listen.
anymore.
You think
Stop.
You're
Stop
I
Yeah.
talking.
care is
here.
some
You
kind of
care.
I
shield.
no. I
You're
will say
here.
that, and I will
You
repeat it
care.
many more times. No,
You're
I'm
You
not
think
here.
saying
here.
I
I'm
don't
You
not.
care is
Look,
some
care.
kind of shield.
dear
It's like
Lord
the
in
If
heaven,
you're
adolescence
can
thing.
here,
you repeat
you
that?
care. So just own
You're
yourself.
trying. How about you suck a fatty cock? You're not. You're
If you're
nobody,
here,
bro.
you
You're
care.
nobody. You're not gonna
If
claim
you're
that to me
here,
and make it
you
seem
care.
like you're
Prove to
not.
me that you
Whatever,
don't care by
bro.
disconnecting.
I'm not gonna
Prove to me that
prove
you don't
anything to
care by
you.
disconnecting.
You're still
Then,
here.
then,
Prove
then
to
you're
me that
lying to
you
Yeah.
yourself.
actually care by
You're
sucking
lying
my
to
dick.
yourself.
Prove
You're
to
I
lying
me
can
to
that
prove
you
others.
I can
actually
prove by
care by
disconnecting.
sucking my dick.
Hey,
Prove to
guys,
me you
Right.
actually
I
care
love you
by
all. I'm
sucking
getting out of
my
here.
dick.
Dustin, I'm definitely praying for you. And Kitty, thank you for coming on
Yeah.
and sharing.
It was good to
Thank
meet you,
you.
Kitty Mom.
Take care,
Kitty, what
everybody.
you shared, I think, was
You
very
take care
vulnerable
too.
and
Thank
very
you so
strong of
much.
you.
I'll be praying for
So,
you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Kitty,
that.
Kitty, what you displayed was somebody who's growing and becoming healthier. So I hope you continue with that.
Thank you. I am trying, and my goal is eventually when hopefully I can get. I'm waiting on currently getting a major dental surgery done that will hopefully eventually get me out of continually going into sepsis right now due to the teeth that are infected and broken from the seizures that I keep having. I keep getting like nasal infections, chest infections, kidney infections from it
Mm.
that make me go into sepsis. And right now, the doctors here will not even give me any more antibiotics. So I am literally being treated by my father with what's called colloidal silver. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of that.
I've heard of
It's
that,
what
and you need to be careful.
you do need to be very careful with it. Uh, because in too high of doses, it can be dangerous. And also, we're using what's called sodium chloride, which literally, if not mixed correctly, can be a poison.
Can
So
over
it's very
oxidize your
controversial.
innards.
And so if it's not mixed correctly with the vinegar, it can be a poison. So we are being very, very careful with what we are doing. We're also using like lemon juice with cayenne pepper and honey and a lot of other herbal remedies. I make my own THC and CBD gummies for pain and like the depression and all that stuff and everything. And I am currently trying to find an out of town dental surgeon to do the surgery that I need and everything. But because of my seizure disorder, I am having a horrible time trying to find anybody to get me in. But I am currently, honestly, actually off basically all mental health meds due to the fact that they were actually making me worse. I
Yeah.
was finding that they were making me suicidal, that they were making me more depressed, and even like my seizure meds, most of them were just causing more and more problems. So I've actually been looking into more all natural routes with everything now, and just trying to
Have you done
go the
anything with
route of,
ginseng?
yes, actually, I have been getting majorly back
Ginseng,
into panic ginseng, Chinese
and
Those
you
panic
things
need
can
to
be
ginseng.
those things can be
you
just
need
as
to start.
unhealthy when you're taking herbs. So what I would
It,
recommend, Kitty, is that you seek out a DO rather than an MD to work with, because the DOs will look at you from an osteopathic standpoint, which means they're looking at your body and mind and brain as a whole rather than just the symptoms of what the problem are.
That
So they're
actually is what I just started looking into because I was just told that by somebody else on another
okay.
podcast.
It's wise. The DOs will look at your whole self from everything, not just the symptoms of what you know say, like, oh, my arm hurts or my leg hurts or I'm having this symptom of depression. They're going to look at you as a whole and they're going to treat you as a whole, and I think that's healthier. One of the things
Yeah,
to think about, let me share with you about the psychotropic medication just so you understand. Psychotropic meds are like keys, and your inner neurotransmitters and your inner hormones are like locks. And when you take certain psychotropic medications, it may only unlock people's locks within inside, because the psychotropic med's like a key. Your internal neurotransmitters and your hormones are like locks. And if your locks aren't unlocked by the psychotropic med that you're taking, and you're getting side effects and symptomology of things as it performs metabolites through your liver, you have to be careful with those things and realize that maybe the initial thing that they put you on wasn't right for you, and you may need to try something similar but different. So don't give up
yeah.
on them
See,
wholly,
a,
but
a
consider
lot
that.
of the meds that work for me, they will no longer prescribe to you where I live because
Mm,
of the fact of all the addicts that we have here and the
mm,
abuse of them.
fair. But I don't understand
So,
why a prescriber won't give you what you need regardless of that truth.
like, I can't get like sleeping meds at all here anymore, and even like muscle relaxers and stuff like that for my back. And muscle relaxers
you
also help with my seizure disorder and
are
my
you
nerve
inpatient right
condition.
now?
No, she's not
No,
inpatient.
I'm not. In fact, I won't even go to my local hospital at all anymore because of the fact that I'm literally suing them over the coma.
Inpatient clients aren't hanging out on YouTube, just so you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've had people like YouTube me from the hospital. What do you
No, you
mean?
haven't.
So our hospital, we're not
Oh,
even
okay.
allowed to have a cell phone if
You can
we're an
be in a hospital
inpatient.
and be outpatient. You can be in a hospital and be an outpatient client. So what I'm saying is, if you're truly inpatient, you're not having access to these mediums.
Yeah.
It's a very controlled
Yeah.
I'll pull
environment.
up video after video after video of people with IV in arm. Okay,
An
bud.
IV has
So
nothing to do with
certain
inpatient.
hospitals do
Oh, you
allow
mean
you
Inpatient
phone
psychiatric
access.
inpatient
certain phones?
psychiatric care. Inpatient psychiatric care
No,
is different than being
that's
in
not
a
what I was
hospital
talking about.
with an IV in your arm.
That's what I was talking about, bro.
Then you
So
don't
I
know
don't know
what
what you were
inpatient versus
talking about.
outpatient psychiatric care is.
I wasn't talking about psychiatric care. I thought she was in a hospital.
If you say
Oh,
inpatient,
yeah,
it's talking about
no.
inpatient psychiatric care.
I
That's
have
what
been in and
inpatient
out
means.
of
Okay, maybe
hospitals
the alien?
recently, but I am currently not in a hospital right now. I am currently at my apartment right now. But I also move in and out of like in care of homes. Like for a while, like I said, I was living with like C Science. I live with friends sometimes or like my parents and everything when I'm having a harder time. I have a service cat that will notify me actually of when I'm going to have a seizure and everything. She'll actually even bring me like a med bottle in her teeth out of my med bag when I'm about to have a seizure. And when I get real bad, every now and then, like I have been admitted into hospitals out of town.
How about them Dodgers?
Dodgers. I don't really watch any baseball.
Sorry, everybody. It's time to shut down. Thank you,
I'll catch
everyone,
you
for
later,
coming.
GG.
Alright, catch you guys later. Thank you for having me on tonight. Hope you guys
You're
all
welcome.
have a good night.
You're always welcome on.
Take care. Take care, Mister.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.